Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Twilight of the Old Order and Ain't No Place for a Hero are two campaigns, currently co-joined, set in the World of Duranarki, the continent of men. The game system used in our game is Rolemaster Classic, with a liberal inclusion of home rules. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favour. This is episode 113 of Twilight of the Old Order and episode 90 of Ain't No Place for a Hero. The two parties have been reunited and are now in the middle of a dangerous mission on a forgotten, dismal island. We pick up the story with the parties split into three different groups as they try to untangle what is happening on the island in order to make a call of how best to track down the TCoSS operatives they have been sent to eliminate. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance, and welcome to our story, or rather, stories. If you're new to this channel, in this particular game, at this particular time, we have two campaigns. One campaign is called Twilight of the Old Order, and the other campaign is called Ain't No Place for a Hero. There are 6 characters in each campaign, and the storylines are interwoven. The characters have interacted, from each party have interacted with each other on a number of occasions previously, and there are elements of the major plots that are going on for both campaigns that crisscross over each other. And indeed, after only a very short 14 days in game time that the characters last saw each other, they are indeed again joined up together. In a second or so, we're going to hear from each of the players that play these characters to provide a very quick character introduction and also answer either one, perhaps two, character development questions. These are questions that I send out as the storyteller earlier in the week, and they kind of plumb the depths of a character's nature, of their background, of their interests. An opportunity for the player to explore a bit about who that character is. And I always find it, as the storyteller, a fascinating exercise to go through. Something new. But in a second or two, we'll hand over to the players. Super quick shout out to, I do this each episode, to our subscribers and to the people that follow us on social media. Thank you. Your comments, your interactions, your simple little clicks of a thumbs up really do matter, and your encouragement for us, a group of people here in New Zealand, playing this game as our hobby, is fantastic. We really do appreciate the support and the encouragement. So yeah, please keep it up. What I'd say to anybody that's watching this either for the first time, or maybe you've watched 2 or 3 of these videos, and you're kind of getting a bit of a sense of, hey, who are these people, and are they worth following? What I'd say to you, if you find yourself watching a couple of these and really enjoying it, maybe you learn something from the session, either as a games master yourself or as a player, or you just enjoy it. Really encourage you, please, to give the video either a like, or even better, a subscribe down below. It really does help our channel, and it helps other viewers like you find us online. Thanks very much. Alright, we are starting this evening with Stara. Take it away, Stara, please.
Hi, I played Jada. Jada was adopted into a monastery when she was a baby, so she doesn't know a lot about her past. She knows she's Arab-looking, high-man race. She's very tall, bright green eyes, very quiet, super religious, long flowing robes, face covering. She fights with a quarterstaff, but not often because she is one of the group's only healers. Her question,
Hmm.
she wants to answer, how does she handle it when a party member makes a grave mistake? She's totally understanding when others make those sorts of mistakes. You can usually see what they were trying to do. But when she does it, she has huge regrets because she's the healer of the group. So she's sort of vital to everyone's health. So she feels bad about that when she does it. Thanks.
Fantastic. And who are you throwing over to? Who's picking up?
I'm throwing over to Pete. Any
Sure.
pick a character.
Cool. Thanks, Dara. I think I'll start with Leif. So, Leif is a half elf. He is a warrior mage, so he uses magic and weapons. His weapon of choice is a long sword. He's a friendly guy, sort of a bit quiet, but really tries to get on with everyone, and wants the group to work well as a team, sort of thing. The question I'll answer for him is the same one. How do you handle it when a party member makes a grave mistake? He would want to take it, depending on the type of mistake, if it's in combat situation, he'd want to take action to help people, to make them survive, to preserve life and harm. But afterwards, he would want to support people and things. If it was sort of a party decision sort of mistake, decision sort of mistake, he would want to support them and in any way that he could to feel okay about the mistake they'd made, or to mitigate the consequences, basically. The other character I'm playing tonight, who's in the other party, which is the Twilight party, is Nicholas. Nicholas is a spell user, so he not so good with his weapons. He is a mentat, which means he uses mentalism spells. Sort of an odd mentalism spell user, because he uses spells from other realms, but sort of twists them to be mentalism spells a little bit. He's a common man, and he's quite an unassuming and quiet fellow. Still very friendly and likes to get on well with people, particularly in this group. The question I'll be answering for him is, which party member do you believe holds the group together? And for the Twilight party, you would definitely see Severin as the person who's most vocal about holding the group together, and it really takes the lead in many ways. And sort of, he's a bit of a moral compass for the group, I guess, in that way. And Severin does think of himself as a leader as well, so that helps.
Excellent.
Those characters. Could we, talking of Severin or Graham, can we please hear from him?
Sure. Hello. I play 4 characters in this joint game. Starting on the Twilight part is Severin. He is by profession a swordsman. He's a human man from the far north, bulky, charming, sword-fighting fanatic. Really, not fanatic. But he's certainly dedicated his whole life to his art. He, in terms of questions, how do you show your appreciation or gratitude with the party? I think he, in common with who he is and what he enjoys, he would enjoy talking about battles and confrontations, and certainly showing his appreciation for the party as he goes. The other party member who I am playing within Twilight is Tenya Anastasia. She is an elf and a hunter, and from a very wealthy background, and has sort of gone bush, really, and is now developed some outdoor skills and a great skill firing a bow. How would she show? How do you handle it when a party member makes a grave mistake? Sarcasm, I think, probably. She'd probably just make a remark, unhelpful, probably a little bit mean-spirited at times. Other party, hero party, also playing Niathanor. Niathanor is a magent, which is a mix of fighting, stealth, and magic. She is highly religious, and her preferred method of combat is to sort of sneak up on people and stick her short sword between their rib cage. And she takes a lot of pleasure in doing that. That's really what she enjoys most. Everyone needs a hobby, right?
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
Yeah, in terms of a question for her, which party member do you believe hold the group together? She would say Leif. He is a normal chap, is a decent human being, gets on well with the whole group, and we're quite a strange, disparate bunch. The hero party. We have very different backgrounds and very different types of people, and I think Leif is probably the rock on which we all rely on. Other character, Etienne, he is a holy warrior, a genetrist, as we say, a follower of Aphrodite. He's got a very strong moral code. He's quite peculiar. He speaks in verse a lot of the time, and is on another planet really. He has some peculiar means of worship, which often just means drinking himself under the table or sleeping with anyone who feels like sleeping with him. But any excuse, I suppose. What's the one thing you change about the party dynamic? He'd like everyone to be like him, because then he'd have a much better time and probably get more done, frankly. But anyway, that's his problem.
Fantastic.
So that's my lot. So passing over to who should we go to? We should go to Giles.
Thanks, fair enough. So tonight I'm playing Mithan, who's a woman from the north, although really her gender is not that relevant. She's not the best looking person in the world, but she just doesn't care.
Not at all.
She is also a dapper hand with a bow. And not too bad with a broadsword either. So has had a pretty difficult past and is not going to let anyone get her now. And the question is, how do you handle it when a party member makes a grave mistake? Well, I think what she would do is try to keep them alive, because grave mistakes often lead to close to death, but only if she could keep herself safe. Yeah. And I'll pass it over to, crikey, who shall I pass it over to? Who hasn't spoken? Mason? Mason?
Thanks. Hello, I'm Mason. Tonight I'm playing Demos. So he's a big, tall, beautiful mixed man. Great with his spear. Really great with his shield too. He's getting better with it. Yeah. So his question tonight. What's the one thing you'd change about the party's dynamics? I mean, to be honest, I don't think he'd really change much of the dynamics, or any of the dynamics, really. He thinks everyone gets on quite well, despite there being some personality differences and maybe some slight moral differences. But ultimately, everyone's great, everyone gets along, everyone tries to save one another. So he really likes that. Yes. And the other character I'm playing tonight is Kiros. She is a small person. Sorry, I'm just pulling up a character sheet. No. She's a small North woman. And she's got a wee cat called Victory. Super great with her spells. I feel like the party would have all used up almost all of their death saves without her. She's very great with her ice walls too, keeping us very well hydrated. So we love Kiros. And for her, which party member do you believe holds the group together? Much like everyone else has said, she would think Leif definitely holds the group together. Quite the moral compass as well, and just very kind, very gentle, very friendly, and cares deeply about everyone.
Nice one. Thank you, and thank you very much for playing Eros on Alex's behalf, who can't make it.
That's okay, and I'll pass to Aiden.
Hello, I'm Aiden, and I'm playing Gray, who is a half-elf with a tragic backstory. He's raised by wolves after everyone he loves was brutally murdered. He's a bit of a strong, silent type. He's very handsome, but he is shy. He's got beast mastery magic, so he's got some control over animals and can do some pretty cool, nifty stuff. And he's also got quite a bit of other extra magic up his sleeve. For his question, who holds the party together? I would say. Oh, sounds like Ming Ling.
Mm.
That must be his bird just there, Wingy. Um, who holds the party together? I would say would be Jada, who literally holds them together on a regular basis when they get stabbed by things and shot by things. She's kind of a bit of a moral compass, I guess, as well. She's very pious and she's got some deeply held beliefs that maybe are starting to rub off.
Did I hear
who knows?
Convert material?
I mean,
Interesting.
let's see.
Excellent.
And for Askell,
Yes.
Askell is a warrior mage with some beautiful earrings that help him with his magic. He's a very brave man who often has terrible luck, but he manages to get through. And he's also kind of involved with some very shady people that we don't quite understand. But they have some kind of hold on him that he has to repay in certain or horrible ways. But yeah, those are the two people I'm playing tonight.
Excellent. And look, my thanks to you as well. Anthony is planning to join us a bit later, but really appreciate you looking after this character until he joins.
No worries.
Nice one. Thank you. Excellent. Well met. Well introduced all. As I was saying before, one of my favourite parts of the game, just to learn a bit more about the characters. So, gentle viewer, or listener, in fact, because it's a podcast as well, there they go. That's the team. That's the 12 characters that will delight you in your escapades tonight. Usually, at this stage, I hand over to a party member. It's often Pete. It is Pete. To provide a quick summary of what's happened previously. But actually tonight I'm going to do that myself. The reason why is the previous episode was recently christened by Graham as Never Split the Party. That is actually what has happened with the group. So the group is in kind of two and a bit kind of different groups. And I'm going to just very quickly recap on each one, and then I'm going to start off with one of those groups and then move around the other two. So, as a very quick précis, these two groups have come together again 14 days later in game time to undertake a task, to go to an island in an archipelago, kind of basically a bit of a forgotten archipelago at the bottom of the sea. Oh, sorry, Giles, I'm just getting a smidge of feedback from you. Could you just pop yourself on? Thank you. Sorry, just getting a bit coming through. Thanks very much. To go to an archipelago in a kind of a forgotten corner of the Katana Sea to locate where some agents of the TCoSS, which stands for the Turong Committee of Security Services, which is basically the spy network operations of nebulous. Well, up until recently, it's been nebulous, but it's becoming increasingly real. This shadowy nation, massive nation to the south, known as Turong, and these people are typically they are anti-religion. Often anti-magic, not necessarily all magic, but certainly have a general dislike of most things magical. As I say, loathe religion and hate the world. These characters, for various reasons, have been sent to this island to find this group of TCoSS operatives, locate them, slay them, and then recover apparently a large cache of weapons, poisons, and other tools of basically the terrorist trays that they have been stockpiling on. That's the reason they're here. They've been on the island for a day or just one day actually. It's a night, and the morning of this day there was a pretty bitter and nasty fight on a jungle path, not far away from the game, a number of the characters. That fight took place between a number of people from the Roldenic Church, another group, a group religious order that is not particularly fond of the hero party, shall we say. But exactly how you ended up fighting them is perhaps a case of mistaken identity. Not quite sure what. Anyway, there was a fight. On the back of that fight, the characters heard some noises in the jungle. You moved through to a lake that you'd caught glimpses of as you went up the jungle path. You believe it's a place called Trout Lake. And then that's after waiting on the edge of the lake, the muddy bank on the edge of the lake for a while. After some discussion, the party decided to go in different directions. One group would remain very close to the lake's edge and follow two other party members, both Severin and Nicholas, further along the lake with the aim of them costing a man that they believe boat out in the lake fishing. They've been told that Severin and Nicholas aren't a huge distance away from these people in the forest, a bit out of earshot, but 5, maybe 10 minutes walk. So Severin and Nicholas headed up along the muddy shore to speak to this person in the boat. Some of the team remains in this jungle, and then a third group. A list included Mithan, Bray, Tanya, and Neathanel. Went further onto the forest, back towards the small, decrepit village of Good Hope, you've come to know it's called, to do some investigation. So, 3 different chunks, 2 of them are relatively close together, but 3 different groups of the party. That's where we're going to start tonight. I'm going to start with the team that's left in the jungle. Before I do, any qualifying questions, anything I've missed? Want to ask any questions or anything like that?
So in the jungle, it's Askell,
Yes.
Arios, Demos,
Yes.
Jada, Leif,
Yes.
and
Etienne is the final.
Etienne. Thank you.
Very good. Anything else, guys? Nope. Okay. Let's start the game. So, maybe if we just split into 2 groups, Pete, I'd asked you to remain behind for this one, because your character Leif is here in the jungle. But can I ask, team that were up, either trying to find the chap who was fishing, or going on to Good Hope, to please jump into chat room 1, and I'll be with you soon. Charles is gone. And I think... Oh, and Aiden. Oh, please.
Was he playing Askell?
Oh. Yes. Ha! Damn it. Thank you. Yes, he was. Thank you.
Do you want me to go and get him? Because if you leave, you'll drop his feed.
Yes, good point. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Bit of a challenge with bouncing around different characters this evening. There we go. Thanks, guys. And sorry to throw you off the scent there. Aiden, you're very kindly playing Askell. I had forgotten. There are quite a few other characters, quite a few players playing other characters tonight. Marvellous. So some of this will be a little bit new for Pete and Aiden. So this is what happened. It's where characters in the jungle are. So you'll recall from those that were there last time, you'd been kind of sheltering down behind a couple of very large trees. And you'd been waiting, just waiting. Watch Severin and Nicholas kind of trudge off down the shore, and the others head up towards the village. And all of a sudden, Demos, it was you. You rolled a particularly good perception roll, and suddenly, through the trees, you saw the following. You saw a man over here, some 60 foot away. You just caught a really quick glimpse of him, and two things happened almost simultaneously. This is what he looked like. Okay. You saw him for like a split second. He fired a bow, and unfortunately, he just happened to pick a target. The target he picked was indeed poor Askell. Askell really does have lousy luck. It was a very, very fortunately not a serious shot on Askell. He just took a few hits, and there's a slight minus. The other thing you saw, Demos, and you can see from your position there, Demos, 60 foot away. The other thing that happens was this man, the second after he fired the bow, he disappeared. That's where we go into rounds, and we're about to start the game. So, first up, Keros being played by yourself. Mason.
I think she'd just... I can't remember what she'd done right when we were starting to pick up last week. I think she would just cast an ice ball, I guess.
That's an ice ball?
She...
Sure.
Oh, hang on, no, wait, because Demos had said to her before we'd before we all left to head shield her while she did it, just in case.
That's right, he did.
So
not in quite the right places. So she would have come over here. Demos would be kind of sticking a shield in front of her. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So can she'll wait till he's ready to move and then go up with him and throw it.
Okay. So she's going to throw later this round. Remind me after Demos' move. Yep. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Brilliant. Now she hasn't seen the person, and Demos realistically just kind of. If you watch the GM screen, he just basically saw something and went, "Oh no!" Over. Whoops. Where's the camera? There's my camera. There's my camera. Oh no! And points over there. So she doesn't know where it is, but she's holding. Cool. Leif. Next. You've just heard a twang of a bow. Askell's cried out in pain, and Demos says, "Over there."
Leif would stage whisper, get down.
Yep.
So and he would follow suit. So to a crouch.
Yes.
And would he can't prepare. He's gonna see what that is. Rapid drop to the ground. Careful drop to the ground. Does it have crouch here? Got a percentage for crouching.
Careful drop to the ground. 20%.
Cool. But that's not lying on the ground.
No. Crouching.
So is that a different percentage or
20%?
Okay, cool. He would do that, and then before he did that, he'd do a perception roll actually. So whilst he's still standing, he would have a quick look and then drop to the ground actually.
Give me a roll.
Makes some sense to do it that way around. Hope it's masked because that's
masked.
a 6.
It is masked. It's definitely masked. 6. And what's his perception, please?
51.
Yeah. So, looking around, Leif, you're scanning and you catch sight of white. And where the white is coming from is here. In the undergrowth, there's Etienne there. There's another figure in white through here. And it looks like he's raising something to his shoulder. He's some 60 foot away.
Leif
You
would.
know this. No one else does at this stage.
Oh, Leif has used 30% for perception. He is going to say there's someone else over there and point really, really firmly. And give more description if he can behind the tree.
Yep.
Yep. With a bow, and then get down.
Yep.
And he'll duck.
Cool. Thank you. Next up is Askell. You've just been hit last rounds. You've lost some hits. You're at -5, but you're absolutely able to act. And just back to where we are, we're there.
Okay. He would definitely want to get down and cast a shield.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So, shield is an instantaneous spell, I believe.
Yes.
Correct? Yep. Give me a roll, please.
Sorry, I'm just going to find my... 49.
9. Spell goes off. Shield's up. Anything else he's doing other than getting down and casting a shield?
He would be... sorry, just trying to see whereabouts is... Which one is he?
It's here.
Yep. I guess he'd probably want to get kind of closer to the trees for cover, like to the base of the tree, like kind of crawl forwards.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And try and maybe get Jada and like get kind of protective of Jada. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you. When you say get protective of Jada, pulling her down or what?
Yeah, kind of pulling it like out, like and down into cover and like.
Oh.
Yeah, down, kind of behind his shield if he can, but if there's not enough time, just down.
Cast shield is 10%. Dropping down is 30. No, there is a 30 by the way, Pete. For crouch, it's 30, not 20. And then pulling Jada down. No, I'd say we'd have to do it kind of on Jada's turn, but you're in the process of pulling her down. Yes, and it would help with pulling her down. Okay.
Oh, I'm invisible. He might not see me. But don't worry, I'm going to get down anyway.
That's right. You cast invisibility last time. You did. Sorry, and you wouldn't have known that, Aiden. Jada, it is your turn. What do you do?
Yeah, so I will get down very carefully. I don't want to ruin my invisibility spell.
Yes, for sure.
And I also already had the shield up. I assume that's still going. But I'm going to cast Deflect 1, which will deflect 1 missile fired at me.
Oh.
Just in case I get hit by an arrow and die permanently.
Is it an instantaneous spell? I think it is.
No, it's a... Oh, wait, is it? Deflect 1, 5... Oh, it is 2. Yes.
Have an asterisk? Yep. Cool.
Yep.
You're off.
48.
Gate. The spell is...
Wonderful.
Next up. Etienne. I am going to play Etienne here, and one of the reasons I'm just going to say that Etienne would do likewise, and he gets down. And into cover. Demos.
Would he have heard what Leif said?
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So, could he move with Keros and keep her shielded, like like 80% shielded and him 20%?
You're gonna have to tell
So she
me
can
which
throw-
direction.
Oh my god. Which
So
direction?
so
Leif, which direction?
So you saw
Because
someone over
I've
here,
seen, yeah.
and Leif said what in, say, 3 seconds.
Oh, he had enough action with
Yep.
dropping to the ground and
Yep.
only a perception roll to say more. So he was, as much as he could sort of say, he was pointing in the direction he saw the person.
All right. Okay. Enough information.
And saying,
Cool.
over here by the
Got
tree,
it,
blah,
got it,
blah,
got
blah,
it,
blah.
got it. Cool. So you have enough information, Demos, to make a call. What do you do?
He'd throw the one to he'd direct Kiros to the one Leif pointed out.
Okay.
I'm nervous now.
Okay. So he's encouraging Kiros to do that. Kiros had a held action. What does she do? Her time.
He would cast an ice ball and throw it
Okay. Sure.
where Demos said to.
Okay. Give me a. Okay. So give me a reasoning check for. This is a hasty situation. There's panic.
Yep.
There's bloodshed. Give me a reasoning roll to see if Keros can figure out.
Where she's going?
Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. Oh, 21.
21. What's her reasoning, please? You've got to make 50 or above.
It's 23.
Okay. So she's being told to just kind of lob it in this direction. She does. Well, up to you, but ultimately up to you. She can't necessarily. Yeah. What does she do? She's a bit confused.
Yeah, I think she'd wait. She'd wait and look around herself.
Oh, she does a perception roll?
Yeah, perception. So can she change action and just do a perception?
Well,
Yes.
so change action, yeah, a negative 10%. So casting a spell is 75. A quick perception at a negative 20, so basically just a glance, is negative 10. Negative 20. Which she can do. It's a 10% action. So she can both cast a spell and have a look around.
And have a look. Okay. So she'd do a quick look first.
I'd give you a bit of a bonus because both Demos and Leif have been giving you the area that you're looking at properly.
Okay.
And this is not going to be master, it's just going to be straight.
41.
41. And what is her perception, please?
Plus perception. Where is it? Here.
General perception.
Plus 48.
Plus 48. I'll give you a plus 25 for having a vague idea of where you're looking. 114. That's a success. So yeah, she. Oh no, negative 20. No. So she doesn't quite get it. She thought she might have seen someone over here, but she can't quite be sure. Up to you whether you want to chuck it or not.
You'll chuck it.
All right. I'm going to give you a minus to where exactly she's aiming because she's not entirely sure, but yep, go for it.
Okay. Oh, 37.
7 plus haven't actually located him, so I am going to give a minus for that, and also there's cover, so a lot of jungle in the way, and that okay, and the roll was 37. You said
Yes.
7. She didn't prepare, but she doesn't need to, so she gets plus 0 for that. And she gets plus 9 for her attack because she's going for a cold ball, yeah, basically a hand grenade. Okay. So you can't train in this other than your also 9. So the good news is their spell goes off. The spell doesn't fail. That's good. Here we go. So you just lob this ball of cold from your fingers, and it explodes over here. There's a yelp. You just catch it, and you do 1 hit point of damage. And the same. Yep. And then suddenly someone shoots a crossbow at you, Kiros.
Oh no.
Oh, hang on.
Was Demos was up with her, shielding her?
Yep. So
yes.
half his shield bonus. I'm assuming she had to see where he was pointing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have given you a lot more. So she's standing. So she is a target. Again, this person get a shot. Heavily penalised shot because they're shooting through foliage and all the rest. And you get hang on. A parry from Demos. What's Demos' shield, please? How much is it? It's half a shield, which is 10. I'm gonna reduce that a bit.
Where would I find that?
That's all right. I got it.
Oh,
I knew what
okay,
it was.
sorry. Thank you.
That's all right. Well, the good news is you got the shot off. Kiros. The bad news is
Oh no.
he did
I
2.
just killed it. If I kill Kiros, I'm gonna be so upset.
And she took some damage.
No.
That really hurt her.
No.
12. He had a whopping negative 60 to the roll because of foliage, as you did. 12 on a B puncture. I'm going to roll the critical. I'm going to roll the critical on screen. No, because the player isn't here. All right, you're lucky. It's a 37.
Oh, thank God.
It's a 37. Grazes a bit like Askell. Grazes her calf. Kiros is bleeding at 1 hit per round, and she takes 2 hits. And that is the end of the round. Initiative. Kiros, you're up next. You're bleeding at 1 hit a round. Yeah, what do you do?
She would duck down and hold her wound
Oh,
and say, Demos, you were supposed to do better.
actually, we should have done shield parry with that. Yes, I should have reduced that more. That shield parry. Never mind. Okay, she ducks down, does that. Anything else?
She would also do, I think she'd do a perception. Yeah, perception.
Now she's crouched down doing this, so give me roll, please. Last.
$20.
20. Okay, and her bonus for perception is, please.
48.
She thinks she hears the sounds. Like most of you do. Certainly in this direction, over here, sound of running feet away from you. It's kind of crash, 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 crash. The undergrowth away from you. Anything else?
No.
Askell.
I think Askell would definitely want to check in on his perception.
Roll, please.
Sorry. Oh, 3.
It's Mars, don't forget.
Oh, good.
What's his perception, please?
Sorry, I can't find his sheet.
Goodness.
Yeah.
It's not very helpful for you, is it? Just 1 second. Hang on. I'll add it to Gray's channel.
Thank you.
You just said hello. Could you send me Ascot? Sorry, I didn't see it.
That's so good.
It's coming. Bang. Oh. Now.
Thank you.
General perception.
His general perception is. Ooh. Okay. General perception is 25.
Right, thank you.
No worries.
Look, no, he doesn't see anything like Keros. He's definitely heard. You all have sound of running feet and branches breaking, quite loud. In this direction.
Running towards us or away from us?
Away, quite clearly. Away.
Good.
Anything else?
Right. I guess he would just prepare, just get ready to prepare in case he needed to do anything.
Cool. Jada,
Yep.
you're invisible. You've had deflections last round. Didn't need to use it. What do you do?
I think I'll be talking to everyone, whispering, how do these people keep finding us when we can't see them, walking up? Like, what sort of magic is this? They just keep appearing. Maybe there's a traitor. And, I think I'll be brave enough to heal, I think, Askel. Who's wounded the most? Askel?
Both. Well, Keros has taken quite a hit, and Askel's down 10.
Okay, so Kyrios. Oh, can she heal herself though?
We might say in Keros's absence might be kinder for Mason, unless Mason can figure that out. To do it, would you mind?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'll prepare.
You'll prepare.
Thanks, Jada.
Cool. Leif.
Leif will. Ooh, what's he gonna do? Oh, which direction is the lake? I assume it's.
Yes. Left-hand side. It's this side.
Okay, because we were very close to it. Because our intention was to keep our eyes on Severin and Nicholas. That was what we were doing. So Leif is going to. That's lake there, so that's you got it. Yep. He is going to cast. Yikes! Yep, he's going to cast a spell. He's going to snap cast a spell.
Roll. No prep.
No prep. 59. Oof,
9. He's safe. The spell goes off. What's the spell?
I'll just write that down. The spell, and he is down 5 power points, so he's on 43. It's Phantasm 1. So a caster creates the image of one object, the one that Gray had the other day.
Okay.
Yep. So it's got a range of 100 foot. He can make it out to.
Yep.
He is not meaning to be mean. He is not meaning to have a terrible sense of. It is not foreshadowing anything, but he's going to make a Jada.
Okay.
Cool. And then he's going to sort of look at her and apologise, but he believes it's the one that they'll believe, because she's sort of going to stand up
Okay.
and
Cool.
walk. Well, she's going to be more visible than anyone else, is what he wants her to do, and she's going to creep over to within what he considers sight of the where Demos's archer came from. So just creeping slowly, just wanting it to that sort of way, like creeping inexpertly. So allowing herself. I mean, yeah. So decoy for that archer, basically. She wants to look like she's being stealthy, but not doing a good job. And he's sorry, Jada. And for the rest of his turn, he's just going to quietly explain, what he's doing, and he thinks that we should head for the lakeshore.
Okay.
Sorry. He'll say there's another archer out there who he thinks has gone invisible because they do have a magic user. If he fires at the decoy, perhaps we head for the lakeshore. And meet up with Severin and Nicholas. That's his thoughts. Yep.
So Etienne agrees and starts cautiously with his shield up, moving down to the lakeshore when others do. Demos.
Demos would agree with Leif and just move when everyone else does.
Oh.
And wants to keep Kyros shielded as well, as much as he can.
Oh. Okay. Look, that's the end of the round, and we're going to come out of rounds now. I'm going to just narrate. No more arrows for the immediate time come out of the foliage. How far is this phantasm moving? 8?
It can only move 100 foot. He wants it to be not too far. Not too far. He wants it to be near enough to us that that anyone who would shoot us would see it and choose it as a target more than us. If that makes sense.
Before you, yes, indeed. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not way out of sight or anything. Yeah, that's the idea.
Anything? Jada was preparing to heal, so we're coming out of rounds. Jada, with enough adequate rounds to cast a spell. Do you want to cast a spell, please? That's your
I think I have to do diagnostics first, don't I? Do I?
I'd say not. Well,
or because I saw it was an arrow hit. Does that count?
And it was it was a light graze, basically, like Askell. It didn't stick in her. It's it just cut her for one hit. It's the least damage you could possibly do.
Probably just should have tried an instant one. Okay.
I mean, technically you should do a diagnostics, but
91. This should work. I don't quite know what to do to just fix it. These healing spells are confusing because I could do a blood one or a muscle one or bone. Or do I just heal the hits?
Just heal the hits.
Okay, so healing 1.
Fantastic. And how many hits does Kyros heal?
Do I roll again?
Whatever healing 1 does, yes.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, yep, give me another roll.
Okay. 11.
11. So we could make it the max. So Kyros is on. Lovely, thank you.
Cool.
So the remainder of the rest of the party, unless anybody else does anything else should be aware of, you move cautiously down the shore, keeping shields up, the magical shields or physical shields. Anything else I should be aware of, anything else that I've missed?
I think that's pretty good.
Cool, alright, cool.
Yep, agreed.
There we go. Pete, I'm going to head to you and Graham. And, could you join me for that discussion, please?
So do I stay here, or are we going into chat room 1?
I'll tell you what, to keep Giles company, goodness me, this is a juggle of players. Could I ask Aidan for you to head into chat room 1 to keep Giles company, and then Pete, nip past chat room 1, please, while I'm in chat room 2 waiting for you and Graham to join chat room 2, and I'll set up the sound.
Awesome.
Cool.
See you there.
Nice one. quite a juggle of characters. Yeah, just the way that the game about the seed. Oh, perfect! Look at that. That was a simultaneous jump. Nicholas and
It pushed me out the door. That's why.
Fantastic.
2 in each room.
Two
Or
in
3
each-
in this room.
3 in this room. Fantastic. So people don't get lonely. I don't want people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. So
We've lost the screen.
yes, you have, which is handy because I want you to lose the screen. Actually, so you have just been speaking to where is he? Call him this man here, and the screen is coming up in front of you guys now. Go. So Severin and Nicholas, you see this man who has identified himself as Alice, and you recall the conversation that you had last time, turning around in his pretty pitiful little coracle, his little round boat, and starts rowing out not far, well, the direction that you saw him. What do you both do?
Well, I think we were just heading back to the group, weren't we?
Agreed. Yeah, we sort of. I think. I mean, Nicholas's opinion, I suppose, we could is that we are heading back to the group, and I suppose he would just comment as we talked, as we walked, in quiet tones. At least we sort of established. He's pretty sure we've established that as not being the person we're after. He had let Severin know that his detect illusion spell did not come up with any result. There was no illusion on him that he could detect.
Cool.
He's not the guy. He's not the Ponzi guy in black with the hiding under a spell.
No, but we do have a pretty good idea now of where they're docking, which is good.
Big Head Hill.
Big Head, probably Treacherous Cove, I would say.
Righto.
They probably have a way.
Sounds
to
appropriate
navigate
for
it.
the tea.
Well, they obviously have a way in, right, that we don't know about. So I think that would be our. If we ever make it out here alive, I suggest that's where we'll go next.
Yep. So, I think just head back down. I assume walking down the shore would. I don't. What's the idea?
So you walk. In fact, could you both please join me back in the main channel? Together with you.
Should have done us first, I reckon.
Okay.
All right. Which? All right. Here we go.
I don't know what he's doing.
I'm here.
Okay.
You miss us.
Yes.
It's fine to miss things.
It's lonely.
It is. It was lonely. Yeah, it's just a bit of juggling, Graham, I'm afraid, in terms of
That's all right.
who first. So, you guys can't see a screen as yet, but you're about to. So, Nicholas and Severin, you're kind of walking back, the relatively short distance to where you left your companions, kind of discussing the strange, the conversation that you've just had, when all of a sudden you see your companions you'd left in the forest appear out in the bank, looking kind of muddied and a bit bloodied. They're looking quite worried and looking back into the undergrowth.
Oh, I think that's going to be the name of the session, isn't it? Muddied and bloodied.
Muddied and bloodied. Here we go.
All we need to do is get sullied, and we're done. Okay. Shouldn't be difficult. What happened? Pray tell. What is afoot?
I suppose Leif would. I suppose we are perhaps walking a bit carefully.
Demos, why don't you describe what happened? Jada.
Someone shot us.
Bastard. Who?
Yeah, what a wanker.
The GM's here.
There were
Now.
And that's a sin.
I would never call you a wanker, Chris. There were two. We think we saw two of the guys in the hoods and the black paint on their faces.
Oh, bollocks to that.
Kira threw an ice ball and they ran away.
Cool.
We think they ran away. We did hear them running away from us, but I don't know where they are now. We left. As you can tell.
One disappeared though. like invisibility disappeared, maybe.
Should we move?
Probably.
Should we follow the others around the corner and get the hell out of Dodge for a bit? If there's somebody invisible walking around.
So Jada will say, maybe we should just get off the entire island. We've been set up. We can't trust these Mon men. Like,
No, what?
they're
Hang on,
trying to kill us. What are we doing here?
Let's save the world first, and then we'll come back to that. Come on, let's go, guys. Let's go quickly and now. What do you think?
Absolutely. So,
Right, let's go. GM, we'd like to go quickly and now.
Cool, done. All right. Now you don't know exactly where the other team has gone, but you're heading off in that direction that you think they went.
We put in an armed guard at the back.
Yep.
And I think they would probably trot backwards. So who have we got? Well, Severin will be happy to take that. He'll get his bow out. Who else is armoured and have a missile weapon? Who has a missile weapon? Nobody.
Etienne's there?
Etienne doesn't have a missile weapon, but he can certainly trot with Severin, but he can't do much.
Only got one hand.
He hasn't.
He's got a shield.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
You can fit a bow. You can fit a bow to that.
Question for you, Pete. What happens with your phantasm life?
It would. He would have it as we were creeping out. He would have been moving it so it still stays within its 100-foot radius. Once we start moving at pace, he would allow it to dissipate, basically.
Okay, great, lovely, cool.
He would. Leif would show concern for Kiros and note that she is bleeding, I suppose, because she's still holding her leg, or whatever, and would suggest that we might want to heal her. He would want to take care of Kiros, definitely.
Can we carry her or anything, or does she just conscious of getting some distance between?
Heros would not object to being carried.
I mean, can she walk? I mean, how is she going?
Oh,
Not a serious injury.
Oh, should we just get
I
to
wouldn't
get?
object.
That's just laziness. Should we just should we get to where we're going?
Yep, sounds good.
You're quite hampered in terms of speed with Kiros kind of having to clutch your leg all the time. But yep, you get along the lakeshore. Brilliant.
Well, Demos, can you do a fireman's lift?
Probably. Can he?
Sure. You pick up Kiros. Between you and you trot along. She's holding her leg, trying not to bleed. She's looking adoringly in your eyes, Demos. Someone's carrying a spear and shield. Okay, brilliant. All right, at long last, let's jump into chat room 3 to resolve stuff further up the lake. Can you see why GMs don't like splitting the party?
Okay, chat room 3, right? Okay.
Chat room 1 with Giles and Gray. See you there.
All right.
Bye.
We're back.
Hey,
Did you miss us?
that's quick. Yeah. Oh, that sounds really cool though.
Yeah, it's pretty. It works nicely for fitting, and it's good for climbing. So
Yeah.
anyway, we'll stop talking about non-D&D stuff. I mean, role-playing stuff.
All right, folks. You can see on screen. You'd found a place here to kind of position yourselves on some very. Oh, just getting a lot
I
of.
can't see anything.
Sorry, no, you can't. Just getting quite a lot of feedback too. Could you just put yourselves on mute if stuff in the background, please?
Chris, just so you know, I'm on my phone at the moment, and I can't figure out how to see the picture.
Okay.
But let's just talk. It won't matter. I've got a good visual image in my head.
Okay, cool. Just grateful if you're doing stuff in the background. It is. I'm getting the noise pretty loud, so if you can pop yourself, thank you. Pop yourself on mute. It's great. So, so you're on a set of hills. Is probably you should be able to see the image now. Hills is too much of a grandiose term, but kind of rises over, kind of on the bank here. There's a river here, feeds down into this lake here. And this is the village that you're kind of overlooking. Distance between where you guys are and to the village is, I don't know, call it 350 feet. there's kind of some scrub dotted around here and here and here. The path that you guys came along earlier this morning, which now feels like a minute ago, is down here. What are you doing, please?
Well, I think the Athanor had made herself visible and was going to trot over the bridge.
Yep.
And going to go and check out the village. And as she got closer to said place, she would do some stalking.
Yes.
And remain as quiet as possible. She would avoid getting too close to people generally. If she has to take a circuitous route around things, that's fine.
Okay.
Hopefully the gate is open and she's interested in the tower.
Okay, great. So, look, fantastic. What does Nifan, Tanya, and Grey?
So I think all Nithan would do is keep a close eye on what's going on, and if within bow shot, be ready to shoot should required.
Okay, sure thing.
We're back up.
Oh, back up.
Tanya, if Mithan's looking that way, Tanya would look the other way and just wait for instruction. And just in terms of we're on a rock, right?
Rock, yeah, not a hill, but a rise, high ground.
And are we in terms of it drops into the jungle? Is that right?
No, it's just like a slight rise, kind of on the far bank, and you kind of overlook the town a little, but it's just a rise in the hill. It's not like a big chunk of rock or anything.
So the jungle's behind us.
Jungle's kind of the edge of the jungle is here. That green line, so it kind of straddles the hill. Half of these low rises are out in the open, down to the muddy riverbank, and the other half is into the jungle side.
All right. Well, she'll perceive the hell out of that.
Cool. Okay. Give me a couple of rolls, please. And Grey, what are you doing, please?
So Grey was planning on kind of just not actually watching where Nathan was going, but actually watching out into like the surrounding jungle behind them and stuff, just to make sure that no one was coming in to just like protect the guys, because his bow isn't particularly good at long range. It's a crossbow.
Cool. Okay. Done.
So he's also lots of percepting.
Give me a couple of perception rolls for Grey, please.
Mine were 10 and 13 plus 77, by the way.
Thank you. Yes, I saw those. And 77. Cool. Got it. And Grey.
This one, 83.
Yep.
47. And 78.
Lovely. Thank you. Okay, and perception for Grey, please.
That's 37.
Cool. Lovely. Okay, so Nyathano, off you go. Visible. You head your way up along here. Now, I mean, technically, I should do this in 3 groups. I'm not going to. It's just we've had enough jumping around chat rooms tonight. So obviously, what Nyathano is seeing and doing is currently for her knowledge and her knowledge only. And I just ask you guys to keep it that way. So you creep up along the road. You head across. It's actually a ford rather than and you crossed it earlier on. It's a ford rather than a bridge. This is a very it's a very slow, muddy, pretty grim river that you head through. And the closer you get to the town, Nyathano, the more that the sounds of the jungle begin to diminish. It's still there, but sounds of this kind of grimy little settlement gets louder. I'm just going to switch my jungle down. Still hear the howling of the monkeys, etc. But the closer you get, oops, it's still quite loud. Okay. But you can hear the running of the river. It's pretty slow, pretty lazy, Nyathano. You cross it without incident. There are a few people kind of scattered around. That sound is still hang on.
The birdies.
Okay, just... There we go. There are a few people scattered around outside, doing a variety of kind of agricultural tasks. There's a guy chopping wood. A couple of people gathering berries. They're a pretty depressing lot, Ethel, from what you can see. These are the kind of people you see. Collection of people like this. Someone does have a sword on them. Someone that's clearly interested in fish. Those guys are not there. You saw them earlier on. Chap with a bow, appears to be some kind of hunter. It's like he's been out. He comes back in with a few rabbits over his shoulder. Couple of women, pretty bedraggled, pathetic-looking, muddy child. This chap, butcher. This woman here, she's in bare feet. This older guy here. And this guy here who you see, he actually comes out of the village. There's the village there. Can you see my cursor on screen? See my cursor? You can? Great.
Yep.
Just not liking my sound here, guys. There we go. That's a bit better. So as you come up, Ethanol, this guy here is swigging out of a bottle and kind of staggering around the open gates. And he comes in, he kind of collapses and falls in the mud on his way in here and kind of wanders off. Gates are indeed open. Yeah, what do you do?
So again, keeping a distance from everybody. Sneak in.
Okay.
Taking particular care with my footsteps and leaving tracks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And if someone gets close, she'll just stop.
Yeah, okay. So that's going to be your major problem. Is going to be not sound, probably. It's more tracks. So it's muddy here. As you come in, it's leaving footsteps. That's going to be your main concern. But give me a roll to come in. There's certainly no one watching the gate or anything. Stalk roll. It's
24.
It's a negative 10.
24.
Plus 115. 10. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so she gets into here. You can see my cursor on the map. Yep. She bypasses everybody, and she thinks she's doing really well. When this old woman, who's kind of butchering what appears to be a couple of rats, and seems you thought Neathanol seemed to be pretty engrossed in her task. Does look up and see her kind of looking at your footsteps and footprints, and you've been obviously, we don't need to overblow it too much. You'd be doing your very, very best not to leave footprints, but it's muddy ground. Lots of people have been through here, and she just looked kind of quizzically in vaguely your direction.
Okay. Nathan will freeze and start preparing.
Okay. She gets up, kind of spits, and yeah, kind of takes a few steps in your direction, has kind of a look around, and then goes back. She's sitting, if you can see the cursor on the screen, Yathnal's coming this side here, and she's sitting there gutting her rats. She goes back and continues with her task.
And presumably there are other footprints already in the mud, are there?
Yeah, there are, but she's sure, but she saw something that aroused her curiosity.
So Yathnal will step where there are already footprints.
Where possible.
So
yes, understood.
Yeah. So not,
Yeah,
so it's hopefully less obvious. But anyway, okay. Well, when she's sure that she'll wait for a bit and then continue on.
Properly.
96.
Hey, roll again.
33.
Plus 115. Okay, that's what you wanted. Yeah. So she, absolutely, the gods and luck is with her. And she continues down here. She's got drier, just as it turns out, kind of drier parts on this side of the village, and she continues and makes her way. She was heading down here to the tower. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, she'll either look at the buildings she's passing, obviously, to see if there's any that are all shuttered up, or
So just a description, a bit more of a description of the village. Gave it to you last time, but just to give you a bit of a flavour. So emerging from the dense wilderness surrounding it, the dreary vestige of a ramshackle settlement greets you with a palpable sense of desolation. Ramshackle is a great word. Like, it's really just falling apart, basically. A palisade of haphazardly placed splintered stakes tries to protect the few dilapidated huts within. There's definitely a cloud of flies. You didn't really see it when you were overlooking it today, but you certainly see it now. A cloud of flies thrive around the stagnant waters of the nearby muddy river. Mud-caked pathways meander aimlessly, showing signs of trampling. To the south, the crumbling remains of a once, significant, perhaps, maybe not significant, stone tower rise, its wooden roof rotting and sagging under the weight of countless rain. Pungent stench of damp, hay, and ash. The air can't help the weight of this place is oppressive gloom. So that was a phenomenal roll. That was 2, 4, minus 10, 2, 3, 4. That's a great roll. I'm going to say she does the rest of the village with that roll. She has to, in a couple of cases, kind of dance around a couple of people. In one case, a woman cradling a baby to her breast kind of opens a door quite suddenly that Yathnal wasn't expecting, and Healy walks into Yathnal. She doesn't. You walk your way down. You're peering in these huts. I mean, they're dismal places. They're kind of, some have wooden floorboards. Quite a few peering inside are just mud, and they're rank. Frankly, they rushes on the floor. There's bones. There's it's a pretty horrendous place. You make your way down. You are a little bit nervous. You do hear. And you heard them initially, some dogs further up here. They're tethered. Oops, a daisy. There we go. They're tethered over here. They haven't given any sign that they've seen you, but you are aware there are dogs.
Sorry,
here.
where are they, Chris?
See the map?
Yep.
Yep. So they're here.
Over there. Okay. Yep. Okay. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
And you creep your way all the way down to the tower. The doors looks like a kind of a lean-to kind of barn or something. It's tacked on the side and it's open.
Have a little peek.
Sure. Give me a perception roll, please.
$53.
It's masked. Perception again, please.
75, I believe. Let me just check that. 75, yeah.
Yeah, she peers inside. There are a few pigs wallowing in a sty. There's a couple of pretty decrepit, mangy-looking goats in there as well. That's in the lean-to, that area there. going around to the side, there's a couple of holes in the tower base, and she peers through. It's in really bad repair, extremely bad repair. The description about the roof, it looks like it's about to come down at any minute. Niathal, you peer inside, and there's just a whole lot of mouldy hay that you can see. There's not a lot of hay in there. It's kind of rotting. The place reeks.
I mean, would the hay conceal anything sizable, or is it literally just patches of it?
Half a bale or two scattered around.
Oh, right. Okay, not much. And is that the base of the tower? Is there an upper?
No, it appears to have fallen in long ago.
Right. Okay, and this is the most significant building in the village, right?
Without a doubt.
All right. Well, I think that's probably enough.
Okay.
So we'll retrace the steps.
Cool. Give me roll, please.
+93.
93 plus 115. Look, I'm going to say with that, managed to get out. With 2 amazing rolls, you managed to get in, have a look around, and without, managed to get out. You are a little bit concerned when the dogs kind of start barking at something. You freeze for a second. Is it you? And then they settle down. They're just being fed some of the innards of the hares, or the rabbits that the guy with the bow caught. And give me one more roll. Basically, I'm just interested in no fumbles, please, as you head out the gate.
9. Yeah, but not quite.
Not great. Plus 115. Let's see if anybody sees you. Or this is something that you go through the... Not quite. The same woman, again, gutting her rats. Thinks she heard or saw something. She gets up again, she spits, and then goes back to her task. One more roll, please. No failures and you're out.
16.
16. Fine. In a short period of time, you rejoin your companions, and come back. You cross over the ford. You head back to the hill, and Grey, it's actually you that is alerted to see coming along the riverbank, still quite some distance away, but a collection of people. Your keen elven eyes recognize them as your companions. Ithan, etc. Tanya, what do you do?
Do they appear to be? How are they moving?
Cautiously along the riverbank, in your direction.
Well, if Nathaniel's back, she'll say, "Oh, hi, it's Nathaniel. I'm back."
Yep.
Shall I just go and see what they're doing?
Okay.
Then she's invisible. She may as well go.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds like a good plan. Yep.
Okay. Rejoin the rest of the party, guys. Chat room 1. Main game chat, actually.
How the hell do I do that?
Right, Giles?
Yeah, no, that's not.
There we go.
Drinky celebration at the Thistle Inn afterwards. So yeah, and I was there driving the van, so waiting for everyone was ready.
Oh, they're all back.
Anthony, hello.
GM.
Well met.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Congratulations on 7th level.
Yeah, I see that. All you have to do is get hurt all the time.
All right. So the team that have been walking along the lake are shortly reunited. Firstly, by Niathal coming along, invisible and saying,
Oh, camera, Chris.
Oh,
It is I, Nathaniel.
right done.
She just explains that she's there and where the others are. They've taken up a defensive position up on a little rise. You guys all right? How's things?
Oh, I'm going to move to skip things along. You connect up with the party Niathal and everybody, Mithan, Tanya, Grey, etc., regroup together, parties back together. Where do you do this? On the riverbank, on your little knoll, kind of overlooking the village, somewhere else?
On the knoll, hey? What do you think? Anyone
Not
disagree?
grassy.
On the grassy knoll.
Nothing
Sure.
ever terrible happened there. No, I mean, it was fired from the grassy knoll, so that's a good position.
Cool.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, so you find yourselves basically here, for those who haven't seen this map. This is a hastily drawn map. You might be able to tell that. This is the lake here. This is the shore. So the jungle edge goes up here. This. From the lake, there's this lazy, very slow kind of winding river. You guys crossed it earlier on. There's the little town that you saw earlier in the morning. And the party have based themselves basically just on the jungle's edge. Hills are too grandiose a word, but basically small rise kind of overlooking the village. You're about 300 or 400 foot away. You're in the jungle edge, and you can all kind of peer into the village just to give you a sense of some of the other inhabitants of the village. These are some of the people you see kind of coming to and fro and going
Very
about.
camouflaged.
Very camouflaged, yes indeed. You see people like this, with a bow, hunter, this woman, a few grubby-looking children around. That's the village itself, a bit more of the village. This guy, some butcher type, some really strange guy here dressed like this, swinging out of a bottle. This guy here, some kind of fisherman. This woman here in their feet. But you reassemble on the edge of the on this little bit here, just on the hidden by the foliage, but overlooking the town somewhat. And what do you do?
I think Severin would just like to say he's gathered there are people wandering around, like Roldanic people in the forest. He's gathered that much, so suggests that we all remain pretty quiet and maybe post people just inside the jungle edge and to listen.
Do you think we should share that we've gathered while we've not been together?
I missed that. I think that was Giles.
I'm curious what the team who done stuff with this person by the lake know that we don't.
Severin would just whisper to Mithan, he isn't the guy we're looking for, but we think, Severin thinks that they are going to land, the TTP are going to land at Treacherous Cove, and there's a hill that is probably people waiting there for them that overlooks the cove. But he's just going to whisper that, and then he's more concerned that we might have some company.
You want to exchange other stories? Like what's what you want?
Yep, Nicholas would add to that we talked to, so the guy on the boat was this is all whispering and all, I think, with that awareness that Severin's got, so after we posted people in watches, I think, we'd be able to share. But Nicholas would add that the guy on the boat was the father of, the villagers that Tanya talked to on the path after our battle said that young Meg had seen people in the woods, had seen people somewhere else on the island, because we were asking about strangers. The guy on the boat was the father of young Meg, and he said that young Meg had said that she had seen people down near Big Head Hill, which is near Treacherous Cove. So that's how we think that's from there.
So what happened in the jungle for perhaps Mithan's benefit? Someone lighten Mithan?
Eskel got shot by an arrow, unluckily, but it wasn't too bad. So everybody kind of took cover, and then Keros tried to throw an ice ball, but was a bit confused because it was all in the heat of the moment, and so she threw it, but it didn't really do any damage. And then we all kind of took cover again, and we heard the footsteps that were we've been hearing around us, all kind of running away. So we decided to slowly head back to the shore, and Nicholas had a good idea to make an apparition appear that looked like Jada to test to see if anyone was still lurking about with their bows. But it was all good.
And did you want to explain what happened in the village for those that don't know? Just trying to get everybody up to speed.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, nothing will whisper, and we can play pass it on, whatever the politically correct way of saying Chinese whispers is these days. Like, what's it called? Anyway,
Katana whispers.
Katana whispers. So, although I don't think the Chinese will be that bothered. Do you? Anyway, she'll just say that she snuck around the village. It's a cesspool, and the tower is just there's nothing of interest there that she could see. She didn't really give it a good look, but it just didn't feel like it was the place. It's rotten. It's leaky. It's got pigs in it. It didn't feel like this was the spot. So yeah, she came out.
What are you doing?
Pigs.
Well, I think Severin will be quite keen once they've established that there is nobody still lurking, and maybe it's something we do. Maybe consider moving at night. I don't know. We make our way over and too close to where this hill and work out a way that we might assault the top of the hill, or at least figure out what's going on top of the hill without being detected.
Would it be? We've got the map, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to put the map on screen so we can all see it?
Yes.
Would that be possible?
Yes.
Just to quietly discuss amongst ourselves. And also, what time of the day is it?
Yes, sure. So you were up very, very early in the morning, having slept very uncomfortably. By the way, your luxurious beds for the Twilight party of the Grand Bazaar Lodge are feeling like a very, very distant memory away. You had a really nice time there. This is miserable. Bugs and, horrible noises out in the forest and all the rest. So you slept a night on the beach, if you remember, or you kind of slept. And hang on, I'll put it on screen as requested. Find it. There we go. You can see that now, guys.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. So you think, you're not sure, but you think you landed here. You can see, hopefully, the cursor on screen. You followed a river valley up here. You wandered around here for a bit. You fought some troll boars here. You wandered down. You came down here. You found some creepy things in the trees. You slept the night on a kind of a. You're guessing it might be safe harbor here. You skirted the village very early morning this morning, like basically at dawn. You came down somewhere, you don't know where exactly, but you came down a forest path, and kind of 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock-ish, you had a fight in the jungle. 3 hours by the time you've kind of cleaned up from the fight and dragged bodies and talked to prisoners and murdered prisoners, spoken to people in coracles, waited in the jungle, etc., have passed. So you'd call it kind of early afternoon.
So is there a way to kind of skirt around the village without being seen and cross the slither of land between Trout Lake and Safe Harbour?
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Going that way, and then maybe...
Can I ask the GM a question? So Mithan has Path Mastery as spell law, which means I think I can cast Path Tail or Pathfinding 1, which would provide a paths from where we are to wherever we want to get to.
Nice.
Would that help us get to wherever we want to get to in a quieter, quicker, easier way? I don't know.
Which one are you thinking of? Pathfinding? Sorry, were you asking me, sort of?
Yeah, I'm asking anybody who understands this game, which is not me, really. So,
What do you mean?
Mithan has
Second time playing, Giles, and you're not an expert? Goodness me.
Mithan has Path Mastery to level 5, and there are 2 spells she has, Path Tail and Pathfinding, that allow her to get a visual image of a given path, or allows her to learn the location of any path within a mile from the nearest point on the path, but not the path course, outdoors, and she's a ranger. If we want to get from A to B as quietly and quickly as possible, would either of these spells help us to do that?
My understanding is probably not. I'm sorry. Pathfinding is about we're lost in the wilderness and we go, do we have any paths around us? So she would learn about the nearest point on the path of any established paths. So it's talking about actually, traffic ways. So and she, as it says there, so it's when you're lost. Is there any civilization near us? Are there any actual paths or wild paths? I guess it doesn't tell us. So that's locating them. And then the path tail requires visual. So path lore.
Pathfinding.
So that's pathfinding would tell us where any paths are, and she wouldn't know anything more about the path than there's a path, 100 meters in that direction, and there's a path 500 meters over there, and they're different paths. That's what she would find. There's a path there and a path there and a path there, sort of thing. The path lore, caster learns origin and nearest destination of the path of any path within 10 foot. So once she's located the paths, go there, sort of stand pretty much on the path. It's got to be within 10 foot, and she can learn where the beginning and end points are. My reason for why I don't think that would tell us exactly going to Big Head Hill is because on the map we can't see any definite paths. And also, what's a origin and what's a destination? Is a town a destination? Is a clearing in a forest a destination? I don't know.
So she needs to be level 30 and use Tracking True, I suspect.
Oh, well, let's do that then.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll wait. Just keep stabbing yourself till we get there.
So I reckon that was...
But I am going to say, considering this is...
It's very helpful, thank you.
I am going to say that considering this is Giles' second time to play this game, and he's only playing Mithan temporarily, I'm going to say, in terms of getting the idea of the game and thinking critically about how to solve a problem, you got it, Giles. This is how you play the game. But Pete, I think, has answered correctly. But you're onto how you solve problems in this game. You use logic, the rules.
Yeah, thank you, and rats.
Yeah, what do you do?
Put it to the party that what if we crossed the Slither of Land and tried to make our way south without being seen from the top of Crow's Hill, if possible. Maybe round the edge of Trout Lake. I mean,
Just to clarify, everybody would need a stalk to get over some open ground in view-ish of the village. Some distance off, but you would have to... Each one of you would need to make a stalk roll, less about making a lot of noise, because you're probably far enough, wouldn't make noise, but it's more just keeping low enough and not being seen. But each one of you would need to make a stalk roll. Probably be a medium stalk roll. A hard, a negative to it, not a bonus, you don't get a positive, it would be a stalk roll.
Any boats on the beach?
Yeah, let's get off this island.
12 handy coracles.
Down at the inside the village. So yeah.
No.
There are a few rowboats, dilapidated rowboats, and a few coracles.
Would that stalk maneuver be increased if we did it at twilight or at night? And would we be impaired if it was late at night to make that maneuver? So, yeah, I guess what's the best time of day? If we're wanting to sneak past that village, what's the best time of day in our judgment?
Well, it depends if you want to trip and break your neck, but that would be at night to not be seen.
Except,
Right, so-
except at night, Nathan could cast night vision, which would allow her to see 100 meters on normal nights as if it was daylight, right? Then we could all line ourselves up. Oh, I really want to use a spell.
GM's going to head to the loo. Back in a sec.
Anyway,
well,
we want to get
yeah.
down to Treacherous Cove, don't we? Or at least to the big. Probably want to go to Big Head Hill, don't we?
Don't we need to go where this intel tells us to go, like ASAP, and get ready for a massive smash up?
That's right. So Big Head Hill, right, is where the whatever his name was, daughter saw some men. This is a bit vague. Young men.
Young Meg.
Young Meg saw some young men on Big Head Hill. This is the kind of quality intel I've got. So it would be good to somehow figure out who's on the top of Big Head Hill, and I assume they're on Big Head Hill to. Now, this is my guess. They're either on Big Head Hill to see who's coming into Deep Cove or who's coming into Treacherous Harbour.
Right.
That would be my assumption.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we could go and see if it's possible to sneak up on people on Big Head Hill and slaughter them and intercept the vessel ourselves. Whichever way it comes in.
Yep. I wonder if we should go via Treacherous Harbour.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do you know exactly where this boat's coming in?
No, but we know it's probably not coming in from Safe Harbour.
Because we've been there, but
so it's probably Treacherous Harbour or the Big Cove. But if they're doing it on the sly, maybe they know the way through the rocks in Treacherous Harbour. That would be my guess for Chris's plan. Could be wrong.
So the time that's going to be easiest to kill them is when they're trying to get this stash, right?
Back.
Because they'll be busy Oh, damn it.
well, then they'll have all the weapons
Yeah, and there'll be more people because there'll be people on the boats that have joined them.
as well.
If we can knock them off before the boat arrives, that'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Let's go home. Go home.
I think in fact that's our mission, is that we're supposed to kill them before their boat arrives, signal our boat with the little magic wand, and then our boat comes and collects all the stuff. That's the plan, I believe.
We better hurry. And we don't even like these people. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, is there does anyone have any capacity to grab one and make them tell the truth?
Yes.
Because I get a strong sense that those fuckers, part of my turn of phrase, in that thing are wildly dishonest, and we're all on the same side and serving the enemy by mistake.
Jada, this is your moment.
Yeah, I'm trying to have my moment.
Hypnotised.
No one wants to leave. Yeah, Astral, what do you reckon? Like, we really shouldn't be with these anti-religious people, should we? The anti-magic, anti-wealthy. Sounds awful. Why are we working with them?
No,
Maybe
we're trying to kill
go.
them.
Go over them.
Are we sure we should be doing this?
Jada could hypnotise one.
I can try and hypnotise, but I haven't done this before, so it could go horribly wrong.
Who are we hypnotising?
Isn't that worth doing? Can
Anybody.
we grab one, hypnotise them, get them to tell us the truth, and actually figure out what the crap's going on?
Who?
Yeah, I really want to hypnotise someone.
Because even if it doesn't work, you just
Who are we
kick them
talking
all.
about?
These people on the hill, these people protecting the cash.
Yes, well, we definitely could try and take one alive, absolutely, yeah. But we should probably figure out if there are people on the hill and who they are, though, first. But yeah, I
That's a good
agree.
point.
I agree, definitely, yeah, keep one alive. Brilliant. In fact, if we can keep the main man alive with the rapier chap, that would be quite good. But anyway, I reckon we should scope it out, though. Try and get as close to the hill as we can without being seen from it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
We'll do that then.
So I assume Twilight-ish is probably a good compromise between safety and perception to cross the open ground.
Yep.
Yep, that's yep.
Okay. So tell me what you do.
Do we
Guys.
have
Give me
time before? Do we have time before Twilight? And does anyone need healing? Because we have a time. Surely we should do some healing stuff so long as Jada
That's a
can
good
still
idea.
hypnotise people.
That's a good idea. Yeah, and I think Carrios needs
Because
to
we're
be
going to
here.
wait.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Arius has a cut and Eskel has a cut.
Leif would like a few
And
more
you
hits.
can run out of spells, can't you? So we've got to make sure you've got enough to hypnotise this person if that's the long-term plan.
I can
I
do
don't
one
really.
Hypnotism's a
spell,
skill, not a
one
spell.
spell per round.
But,
Oh,
yeah, hypnotism's a skill, not a spell.
Sweet,
yeah, but
easy.
to heal people, I can only do
Oh, yeah.
one spell per round.
Okay. So give me a narrative, guys. What happens? You're resting where you are until dusk. Is that right?
Yep, I think so. With watchers, with people on keeping a lookout, keeping way out of sight as much as we possibly can, keeping as still as possibly can. Nicholas will be doing presence spells, and
Okay.
And I think Tanya will be slightly inside the forest, hiding in shadows, as will Niafanal, just keeping an eyes and ears out in case anyone's sneaking around.
Okay. Sure.
And Jada presumably will be lining up people to heal post haste. Thanks, Jada. Yours.
Cool. So starting with Keros, what are you doing?
She would ask Jada to kindly heal her, please. And then just staying low and quiet. And snuggled in with Demos.
Excellent. Okay. Keros is in need of some hit points. She's basically, in game terms, she would just be saying she's feeling weak and kind of.
I thought we fixed her hit points.
Yep. I mean, she's feeling a lot better. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Oh.
So.
Are we not? Can I not just heal her? Like do a cut repair thing?
Sure.
Or...
Yeah. Yep. Go for it.
Okay. Let's go for an instant one. 71, and it is cut repair.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's bleeding. Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah, so we healed her concussion hits, and she's just still got blood coming out, but not much. So repair 1 allows caster to stop bleeding from one wound that bleeds at a rate of 1 hit per round.
Perfect.
Is that correct?
Yep,
Correct.
that's it. That's perfect. You're on.
Yeah. But that is the 71. Oh, do I roll again?
Oh no, I hadn't realised you rolled. Success.
Oh, yeah, 70. Yay!
Keros, you are no longer bleeding. You're a little bit down on hits. You're on your 36 out of your normal 41, but you're feeling miles better, and you're no longer bleeding.
Yay! Thanks, Jada.
Again, who loves Jada?
We love Jada.
Excellent. Askel, you're also feeling a little bit woozy. You're at 56 hits out of your normal 66. Not bleeding. Yeah. And Grey, you're on 95 out of your
and Leif.
life. So give me a narrative, guys. Talk me through it, just to keep things moving. Yeah. What happens?
Well, we heal the world. Line them up one by one and let the people who can do healing heal them as quick as possible. Come Twilight, we're moving.
Cool.
Sounds good. So long as the healers have got a bit of power points left.
Yeah, because say because Ashkel's not too bad. Like, what about first aid? Just bandage it. Like it. He does have naturally good healing as well.
He does, and if you're resting for call it 6 hours, that's 12 hits. So Askel, by just healing and resting, everybody, Askel, you hit 12 more hits. You're on your full hits. 66. Leif, so heal 108 plus 6 hours resting. You're on 114. And Keros is Keros is now fully healed too. So in this game, if you rest, 1 hour's rest equals 1 hit point. If you're active, if you're moving, you recover 1 hit point every 3 hours. So in other words, if you're walking, you would recover 1 hit point every. Okay, so and Grey as well, up by another. All right, so you've rested and recovered somewhat. You've stayed in the shade mercifully. Remember, it was a pretty blindingly hot day. You have waited until dusk. Neathanol, you're keeping kind of a reconnaissance. What are you doing?
Both Neathanol and Tenya, Neathanol will remain invisible and will position herself slightly inside the jungle.
Yes.
On one side, and Tenya on the other.
Yes.
And with Tenya with her bow, and just keeping still, keeping hidden, and watching and listening.
Okay, sure thing.
Crouch, not standing, obviously.
Sure. So I'm not going to ask you to roll, but over the span of that 6 hours, Neathanol and Tanya, you are aware, catch glimpses of, can't be sure exactly what they are, but you think further into the jungle, you catch every now and then you've seen a glint, occasionally, of what could be glass or metal. And you think you might have caught glimpses, both of you, some of you others as well, glimpses of possibly figures far off in the jungle. You can't be sure, and when you get closer, there's no movement and there's no sound. You do all have the uncanny feeling, though, that you are being watched. Dusk comes. What do you do?
So, obviously, there are those among us who cannot move with any degree of subtlety or quiet.
Yep.
So I guess we'd probably send out people in the front who can lead them, or at least assist them in doing the best they can.
Sure.
And giving them tips on where to move to and how to move. So obviously Neathanol and Tenya can do that, and I think Grey has got some stalking, and I think Mithan, is that right?
Yep, Grey's pretty good at stalking. He's very stalky.
So does that make a difference, Chris?
A little, but it is ultimately down to individuals just being either lucky or unlucky. So what I'm going to ask for is the lowest. I'm not going to worry about people that have a high stalk because you've waited until dusk, and in time you do notice some activity down in this kind of dismal little village. The people definitely come inside the gates. There are various people out and about who have been kind of foraging and hunting and doing other things, and they eventually come back in. You do see... no, you don't see. Think of it. You do see this gentleman eventually row his pretty pathetic little round coracle, the person that both Nicholas and Severin had a conversation with, and pull his little coracle up on the muddy bank. There are a few boats scattered around here. And yeah, going on for Twilight, a few pretty pitiful candles or lanterns are lit. There wasn't last night, interestingly enough, but there is tonight. There's a brazier lit up on the watchtower, or up on the gatehouse. You can see the gatehouse here. It won't have any material impact on you, on your sneaking. Its light only kind of goes out a few hundred foot beyond the gate, and the distance that you guys are traveling is kind of further on round here. If you can see the map, so you're kind of skirting the village. You'll come up past the ford, been over now a couple of times, in your case, Neathanol, and it's basically around here. This is the route that you're going. Hopefully you can see my cursor, and you're really just creeping through here. So what I'm interested in, please, I'm not going to ask the sneaky people to do a roll. We'll assume you're successful. Could you have a look, please, if you don't have a stalk and hides roll, can you please figure out what your stalk and hide bonus or minus is? It's modified by which stat, please, Graham? You've got that very handily written down.
Yeah, stalk and hide is agility and self discipline.
Cool. So the rules of the game go: if you don't have a skill, as I think many of you guys will know by now, if you don't have a skill training in that particular skill, you have negative 25 to start off with. That negative 25 can be offset by your agility and your self-discipline. And if you could, each one of you that doesn't have a skill, please just do a quick calculation. So negative 25 modified by your agility bonus plus your self-discipline bonus divided by 2, and then apply that to the negative 25, if that makes sense. Have some contenders for who are the least sneaky people in the party, please.
Well, Severin doesn't have any stalk maneuver ability, but he does have a plus 25 average from his skills, so that would be -2.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Anybody worse than that?
I don't have stalking.
Demos is -6.
6. I think we might have a winner. Anybody else? Etienne?
No, he's got stalk.
Okay.
And I presume Mytharin, when it says 73 next to stalk and hide, is pretty good.
Yep. She's good.
Cool.
What was the formula again? Negative 25?
So your agility.
So, agility.
Bonus, so your agility bonus plus your presence self-discipline bonus added together. Divide that by 2.
I'll get back to you.
And then modify that by negative. So. Any other contenders? Maybe?
No, Essel's plus 17. He does have it.
Okay. Jada.
Sorry, Chris, that formula, so it's your agility plus self-discipline.
Yes.
Minus 25.
That's it. No.
Okay.
So you take your self-discipline.
Yep.
Plus your agility. These are the bonuses, of course.
Yep.
Add them together and divide by 2.
Oh, I missed that step. Let me try again.
So in Jada's case, she has an average of 18.5, negative 25, negative 5 minus 18.5. Jada, you have a negative, you're a big woman, a negative 6.5. So
am I the lowest so far? Oh no!
I think you are. Oh, you're a big lady. You know, there's a lot to stalk there.
I'm invisible. Does that count for something?
Yeah, actually, it counts for a lot.
Yay! Don't need to stalk at all.
So currently we have Jada at negative 6.5, Demos at negative 6, and Severin at negative 2. That's great. Cool.
Okay. I think I might have. Sorry. I wrote it down, but I just want to triple check. It was your self-discipline.
Yes.
Plus agility.
Yes.
Divided by 2.
Yes.
Minus 25.
Correct.
Okay, Demos is minus 15.5.
There we go. That's our winner.
Have
you got bells on your ankles?
It's the size. It's the size.
Have you got a Morris dancing skill?
All right. All right, Demos. Please give me a. So you're coming up around here, Demos. And what I'm interested in you doing is making a stalk roll to get around basically the edge of the village, the negative 15.
Can I just ask a question? Do the rest of us notice how unstealthy he is?
Yeah, but it's a bit too late because he's already
Okay, cool.
sneaking
Okay.
at that stage. Yes.
But wouldn't they kind of know how unstealthy he is? Because we've been through a few instances where we've tried to be stealthy, and he's not been.
Yes, but they've forgotten in this case. It's been a while. Give me a roll.
All right.
You do get a
R.I.P.
plus.
team.
You do get a plus 25 because of the time of day. And you give me. Now, no pressure here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, yeah, it's a light. So, yep, give me a roll, please.
52.
52 plus 15, plus 25. Okay. You make a lot of noise, Demos. You are not silent. However, it really is less about your noise and more about you just kind of keeping out of sight. And you do that, you think well enough. There's no sign from the village, at least, that someone's heard you. You're not quiet. I mean, Nathaniel, who's like a ghost, she's basically sitting there like, if you see the GM's camera, she's basically just sitting there going, oh god. Same with you, Mithan. Same with the rest of you. Basically a herd of elephants coming past. But there isn't a hue and cry from the village. Jada at negative, what do we say for Jada? Negative 6.5, rounding up to negative 7. Give me a roll, please.
$35.
Sorry, 20, 25?
$35.
35. Minus 7 plus 25, okay.
And I'm invisible.
Oh, and you're invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because of course it lasts 24 hours. Would you give me a roll, please, on how quiet you are? You're certainly not observed. Definitely not.
23.
23. No, you're not observed, and actually, Jada, you don't make much noise, unlike Demo. And then,
Perfect.
And then lastly, 7. At negative 2.
15.
15. Cool. 15 minus... 15 minus 2 plus 25. Okay. So... Okay. Can you roll, please, for some noise?
What does that mean?
What? Just give me a roll.
49.
Okay. You're reasonably quiet. However, Severin, you going between what you think is, super stealthy, stalky, going between one bush and another bush. It's basically one major piece of open ground that you've got. A shout comes up from the village.
A sound does.
Oh, a shout.
Oh, all right.
Everyone thinks he's
when he's in the open. Oh, okay. Would it help to sort of lower himself to the floor, or just keep still?
Up to you.
I think he'll just lower himself very slowly to the ground.
Okay. Some more voices, and can't hear what they're saying. They're quite some distance off, some 700-800 foot away. There's definitely quite a few people up on that palisade now, looking in Severin's direction, peering out into the gloom, shouting. There's a couple of however many bow shots that was. Arrows start raining down, well and truly short of where all of you are. They don't come nowhere close to hitting you. Generally quite a lot of shouting, and then 15 or so minutes later, down again.
Once it quietens down, he'll continue to go for cover.
Okay.
Slowly. Oh, for God's sake. 12.
Okay. Same again, more people this time. A lot more people. And you, or even in the distance, there's kind of the sound of, I think you hear steel on steel. Not much of it, but there's definitely excitement in the village and a lot more lights come on.
Alright, well, should we just move on, guys?
Yep.
Okay.
I reckon give it another time, let them settle down and then try again, I reckon.
Alright.
Yeah, so after quite a long time now, it's now you're wanting to get across here at Twilight. It's now dark. Definitely getting on for dark.
Well, I mean, he'll try and finish his maneuver if that's alright. Fucking hell.
Oh my gosh.
2!
That's the worst luck.
Roll again, please.
It's really going well. 18.
You got escalism.
Yeah.
I think I'm just to be honest, you're just going to give up and fuck off.
At this point, dogs are starting to bark, and people are beginning to assemble at the gate.
Alright, well, just fuck off.
Can I just ask if Nicholas is anywhere near Severin?
No, sorry, Pete. Sorry, give me a roll. Give me a roll. Go on. 35% chance. Under 35 years.
I should have got you to roll it, Graham. I got an 87. No.
Oh, not. There's a lot of noise. There are villagers assembling kind of at the gate. Dogs, there's the sound of dogs being asked.
Yeah, well, as I say, we're going to move away at speed. If that's okay with everybody else, no point. They know we're here. Let's just get out of here. Does that meet with everyone's approval?
Yeah.
And we're going to head towards where we want to go, aren't we? Basically, we're going to take off.
Yep.
So you head off in this direction.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And I suggest we go pretty fast, right? Once we're out of earshot. Is everyone okay with that? Assuming we can see where we're going?
Yeah. We need to scoot.
Elves at the front, leading people by the hands, if necessary, who can't see as well.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry, just to say we should probably put someone at the back who's got good perception.
Okay.
So, turn your offer.
Yep. So the sound of the jungle behind you diminishes, and the sound of water behind you diminishes as you continue more into open ground. This is, I mean, you think you timed it pretty well because there is definitely a hue cry behind you. Dogs barking, people shouting, torches lit, and definitely around where you were before. Definitely strong interest on where you were, sure. First hour or so, half an hour, it's slow going, but it's reasonably easy going, and it's pretty flat, open terrain. Hard to see, at least particularly for the humans at night. This is the kind of the terrain you're heading into. Just coming up now. Kind of this, maybe not quite, not as that. That's probably a bit better. More that. a bit of that, maybe not as high hills, those high hills in the background, not as much. Definitely more kind of this kind of terrain, and this. It's definitely getting hillier and rockier. The elves are not too bad. You've been walking for about 2 or 3 hours now, and it's definitely getting harder for see. And the village is well and truly left behind you, thank goodness. And the sounds, probably an hour later, you occasionally heard the occasional bark of a dog. But you've kind of left that. Hang on. You've left that well and truly behind.
And we're skirting the other side of Trout Lake, are we?
You don't know where you're going. You're just going into the hills.
Well, that was where we said we want to go.
I didn't pick that up.
Right. So, yeah, south of the bits of land to the immediate east of the lake. Yeah, we don't want to completely lose ourselves.
Yeah, keeping relatively within sight of Trout Lake so we don't lose our way. Yeah.
So you're following the lakeshore for some couple of hours. The village is a long way behind you. The humans are increasingly tripping over more and more rocks and boulders, and soon I'm going to be asking for maneuvers to see whether you trip and break a leg or something. And just as you're continuing on and going, yeah, this is not great. Suddenly from somewhere around you, following.
I can hear an owl. Can we stop and just crouch? Keep still and quiet.
Predictably, Nicholas would cast Presence.
Does anybody know what it is? It's a weird sound.
No.
No idea. Does it general knowledge or anything like that, or nothing would help here?
You're wrong.
Nicholas got 92.
Last, of course.
Oh,
Knowledge roll.
not cool.
The man knows everything, though. Come on.
So, which direction was it coming from?
Hard to say. Around you, maybe?
So, ghosties. Will-o'-the-wisps. Does it keep going or does it stop?
Stops.
Once it's stopped, can we continue on our way, so long as it's safe to do so?
Sure. But I am now going to ask for... It's getting increasingly rocky, and I'm going to be asking for... See if they...
Would it be easier to walk along the side of the lakeshore?
By doing that.
Oh, so we're on the shale.
Can I just check for the party who heard, how much is our time pressure? How much urgency is there?
I can't remember. Who can remember?
For what? Sorry.
Well, we're trying to get to this place, right? To intercept what we think might be the cache on the basis of this information from the girl, from the guy on the lake.
That's
Talk about fifth-hand information. So if there's no time pressure, we should just stop. We took a Twilight run, didn't work very well, took some time. We should just stop if there's no time pressure. But if it's coming in tomorrow morning, I'm happy to risk breaking my leg, which I won't do because I'm a fan and have good stalk skills. But you know what I mean? If there's a time pressure, we should keep going. If there isn't, we should stop. I wonder.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering what kind of terrain we're on. That's all.
So obviously risky, but you could do light.
Nah.
I think we should. There's 6 elves or half elves and 6 humans. I reckon we could pair a human with an elf.
And if we walk,
Still going to be asking for.
So even if we're walking right on the lakeshore where we were walking
lots
before,
lots of rocks, but tough terrain.
So it's not a sandy beach then.
Not a sandy beach. Definitely muddy on the other sides, but even then, there were lots of roots and things.
So if you need to meet them in the morning, why don't we just stop and depending on, I don't know how far we have to go, but what about fly spells in the morning? First light, or first light you start tramping.
Yeah.
well, okay, let's stop then. There's no point risk being silly rolls.
To answer Giles's question, sorry. So we got the information on. I don't actually have the date recorded. I probably do somewhere, but I can't. Sort of. But when we got it, it was in 8 days' time. The boat was going to come to pick up the cargo. And then the next day, we had the meeting with the hero party, so that's 7 days to go. The next day is the day that we left, so that was 6 days to go. And then it took 3 days for us to sail to Jewel Island. Yep. So we've still.
So we got lots of time. We got lots of time.
Got 2 days.
We've got 6 hours to stop and not break our ankles.
Absolutely.
Oh, let's do that then. Set watches then, right?
Okay.
And try and get some rest.
Good. Who's feeling lucky?
Not Graham.
Me.
Cool.
Not me.
Go on, Eskel.
Okay.
Graham used all the bad rolls tonight, I'm sure.
That means he's probably run out, and he was going to get a 99 this time.
Okay. Whoever's feeling lucky, give me a 1d6 roll.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, no, this is how many ghoulies show up.
Oh.
So who's doing it? Is it me or?
Is luck a real thing, or are you just saying who feels actual luck? Like, can I look on the skill sheet and find luck?
No. This is actually which out of the players feels lucky tonight.
Damn it!
You want me to do it, or Graham, or Aiden?
I don't know. Oh, feels good. 1d6 was good.
Is it?
I think
it's
It's a 1d6.
It did be 1.
Well, it might be 4s,
Oh, right.
in zombie dragons or something.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Maybe we should have got you to roll Graham.
Chris looks way too happy.
It was the most ominous laugh I've ever heard.
Yeah.
What was the result, please?
We start digging our own graves.
It was a 4.
It's like when we rolled a 50 and then Chris had to consult a table.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So it's actually Neathanol finds it, and you think you have some extremely good luck with these, and it's just as you discover this. No, you're looking for somewhere to hole up, and there is this a bit further down the lakeshore, and it is getting very rocky and bouldery down by the lake. Kind of bouldering as you go around. It's kind of scree and stuff that have come down from these hills. It is quite treacherous underfoot. And you're almost despairing of actually finding somewhere decent to camp the night, to rest up at least, and then it's Mitham it's Tanya spots it. Slab of stone. It has a sheer side on one side and a pretty good view. Some nearly 200 foot down the slope, kind of winds its way down. Take a while to walk up it. Probably a good, say, 12 rounds to slog your way up. But you would feel comfortable with having this drop to one side and be able to see down where you came from. It's certainly the most defendable place that you've seen for quite some time. Yeah, your other immediate options appear to be continuing on in the dark, and as I say, you kind of see, the elves are kind of helping people climb down over scree and stuff, of the boulders that come down from there. Or basically camping down on the lakeshore. You think that your luck is in, and your place suggested, or the place mentioned, it's certainly the most defendable scene.
Sounds good.
Agreed.
All right, can we take up defensive positions in this raised place? Cool. And yeah, I guess we've got details of watches there, I think.
We do. Yes, we do.
And I think we'd have weapons and everything at our disposal. Cool.
So I'm going to quickly zip through everybody. So I've got the watch orders that you supplied. Thank you very much for doing that. Neathanol and Severin first. Neathanol and Tanya second. Tanya and Mitham last. I'm going to zip through all the characters and just see if I should be aware of any preparations that you have. So, Graham, just in terms of your record keeping, please mark off a day's both water and rations for Gray, anything I should be aware of for you and Ningman?
Gray would just be percepting. I don't think Ningman would be out flying because it's dark. So she'd just be kind of close by, up in a tree branch or something.
Oh, yep, there are definitely a few scattered trees. Jada, anything I should be aware of for you?
No, I'm just praying.
Fantastic, Nicholas.
Nicholas, as always, I think, would make sure that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. So if he's bedding down, okay, he's got to have his bed roll out, but otherwise he's dressed, he's booted.
Yes.
Bag packed.
Yes.
Yeah. He would, I don't know how, he wouldn't be sleeping in his sword, I assume. I don't know how that would work. Can he?
In his what, sorry?
And wearing his sword on in a scabbard, does he have to take that off, I guess?
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, just so he's ready to go as soon as possible. Yeah, nothing special.
Right, cool. Severin.
Severin, obviously on watch, would have his bow out. He'll also make use of his mask for a period, for as long as he can, to increase his perception by plus 25. He's got his composite bow out, he's got his sword close, he's all ready to roll. He's keeping quiet, he's looking everywhere, and he's, really attuned to what's going on.
Cool. All right. Going through the list, Mitham. Should be aware.
I'm last on watch, I'd want to get as much sleep as I can. I'd be hunkering down somewhere I'm as,
Cool.
protected as possible.
Cool. Done. Keros and Demos will do you both at once. Just anything out of the ordinary that I would need to know.
No, they'd both just hunker down, sleep.
Just do Etienne, Tanya, and Neathanol together.
Neathanol's invisible. She remains invisible. She's again, she'll get her 4 hours. Otherwise, she's, same, looking around, being very perceptive. Got her weapons out, ready to roll. Tanya, likewise, if she heard anything, she would use her bow of perception to cast presence.
Cool.
To see if there's anything out there. Etienne would keep his hand on his holy sword. He's all ready to roll, but he obviously wants some rest too.
Life.
Nothing out of the ordinary, except he want to definitely inspect the camp where we're going to be sleeping, or we're going to be staying, with a close examination.
Sure thing.
Before,
Sure thing.
before
Give me.
Oh, 90.
Name it's must. What's his perception?
Plus 51.
Cool. All right. I'll show you a layout in a second. He certainly doesn't find anything human in origin. What he does find, however, on the way up, no one else spots it other than him. Is randomly enough up in a tree. There's half a goat.
Oh, okay. You
We're in a
definitely share
nest.
that with the rest of the party. Absolutely.
So, do we want to remain in somebody's nest? Is that what we're thinking?
Oh well, it's just the remains of an animal.
But in terms of what we're in, does it show signs of sort of?
No, actually, I'll show you. I'll show you where.
All right.
Goat curry.
So certainly no sign of habitation or anything else that you can see. So I've put you in a ring here. I'm going to increase the lighting just a smidge. See a little. And here's that cliff. That's to your back, and that's several 100 foot high, straight down. Around here is looks like the path that you. It's not a path. There is no sign of. Yeah, but this is the route that you came up, and then goes down.
All right. So that rock behind us, then, if one of our people on watch sat on it, we'll be able to see the down on the path below.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, is that where we are then?
Place yourself wherever you like. That's how you came in.
Yeah.
Down there.
So, what do you guys think about hunkering up to that rock and having the two people on watch sitting on top of it?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
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 Yeah.
One on each rock. Something like that. How they're easily climbable, are they? Just
Sure. Yeah, you can scramble up, no problem.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, we'll do that then. Can we? So we'll move everyone sleeping up against the rock, and then whoever's on watch can be on the rock, just looking out. One keeping an eye on the path below, and the other one looking the other way.
All right.
Who was on watch? Because if Grey goes on watch, he could cast a spell that gives him 360 degrees vision.
Oh, that's good.
Be quite handy. And he
Sure.
can see pretty good in the dark.
Can Ningwen keep an eye on things too?
He definitely can.
Oh, can orcs see at night?
Yes, their vision is extremely good. They can, and so they can't tell what they're seeing, but they can see well at night. So they can tell food, enemies. Can't remember what the third thing is. So they can't interpret what they see, but they're good at seeing. So if you can interpret what he sees, it's extremely valuable. If he can just see, then it's helpful. But
So I'm just
He's
asking.
a peregrine falcon. So,
Okay, so I've just asked.
Falcons can.
Just asked AI. Can hawks see at night? Hawks do, according to Google Bard, hawks do not see well at night. They are diurnal animals. They're active during the day and sleep at night, seeing in bright light. They do not have the special adapters for nocturnal animals have for seeing. For example, a hawk.
I think originally, though, we said she was a peregrine falcon, which I chose because she was super fast. Yeah, and Google says that falcons can process 4 types of light. This means that the falcon has very good night vision and can also see ultraviolet rays.
There you go.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, she can see pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was a falcon, but go, sure thing. So give me a description, guys. What talk me changes to the watch.
Gray would say that he's happy to do it, and he would cast that thing that makes him see 360 degrees. And Ningwing would also be very willing to do it.
Okay. So currently, Gray wasn't on the watch order. I had Neathanal Severin, Neathanal Tanya Mitham. Let us Gray slot into that.
That's all right. Severin will give his place. Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so that's first watch for Gray. So you all kept down as right before, and you're pretty exhausted. It was pretty harrowing going past that village. Yes, you've had a chance to rest during the day, but going past the village was quite alarming. Being shot at during the day by archers in the jungle, and you think being spied on perhaps by people, quite alarming. And then the scramble down by the rocky shore, places to twist your ankle, break your leg if you don't see well. Yeah, it's quite nice just to throw your bedroll down and lie upon it, knowing that you companions with good eyesight and a peregrine falcon up above you, checking things out. And Neathanal and Gray, you've been, after everybody's quietly asleep and there are snores from your companions. I'm not going to take you aside, but you've been asleep for, I don't know, the remainder, your companions have been asleep perhaps an hour, 2 hours. Again, you hear
So ominous.
to Gray and Ethanol do?
Keep eyes open, ears open, and try and figure out where it's coming from, whether there's any physical presence. I guess. What do you think, Gray? Do we wake people up?
Does it sound like it's close to us? Can we kind of judge the distance at all, or direction?
It seems to be all around you. It's not close. You don't think? Like it's reasonably distant. Definitely several hundred feet or more than that, perhaps. It's not especially loud. You had to strain your ear to listen. You do notice that Victory the cat does wake and hisses. And Ningwen is also not happy about something and fluffs up it.
Does it actually? Would we recognise that sound from that first night that we were there? Is it the same sound? That eerie sound that we had when we were near the water?
Tell me, you guys.
Is it?
Because there was that weird noise and it was weird and creepy, but nothing happened that night.
Oh, you mean when we passed the caskets and the trees? Is it the same as that one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know. Chris?
Maybe if
the same. All right. Well, we'll just give the others a nudge anyway.
Yeah, I think if the animals are freaking out, Gray could maybe do his thing where he can speak to Ningwen and maybe ask her if she she feels distressed.
Supernatural. I reckon just wake everyone up. Wake everyone up quietly and be on our extra guard. Get ready to set weapons to kill dead things.
That's good.
All right. You duly do so. Half an hour goes past. Nothing else happens. The animal settle down. Animal can settle down again. Sound again.
All right.
People get back to sleep. And sometime later, bleary-eyed and need some rest at least, Second Watch, Neathanol, and Tanya take over. Happy to say your stint is uneventful. There's an owl somewhere off in the distance, but other than that, it's quiet. And what I would like, however, for both Mithan and Tanya to join me in chat room 1, please. Air shift. Last shift of witching hour.
Yeah, light is darkest and all that.
You got it. You got it. Chat room 1, please. Chaps. So, yeah, both of you are quite rich, and you can't see the map. You can now.
I can't, Chris.
No, you can now. Yep. You should be able to now. Can I please ask for a perception roll?
Uh, 44 plus.
Graham, can you roll for me? I'm still on my phone because I'm having problems with my computer.
Sure, you rolled a 29. That was a 44, Chris, and a 29. So the 44 is plus 77.
Cool. Plus, can you roll the 4 again?
Oh, good. Hopefully that's up. 62.
Okay. And 77, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. And actually, I don't believe it, but Mithan, can you roll again, please, as well? Graham, can you roll Mithan?
54.
And what's Mithan's perception?
Yes,
Jim?
I can't tell you because my computer has died.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Oh, hang on. I might better help.
I can't bring it up on my phone. It's just the whole thing's proving to be a disaster.
Hold on a sec. I've got it here somewhere. She's plus 69.
Thank you.
Okay. So, can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mithan, you thought, for instance, that you actually heard something this way, off the edge of the cliff. And you're like, no. But, Tanya, you're sure you do hear something. Alert a second or two later, you alert Mithan to it. So you're up on the rocks, maybe not exactly there. This is what you...
All right, wake everyone up. Can she quietly wake everyone up?
Sure, how would you do so?
She'll just stealthily go down and nudge the nearest person and then tell them all to get ready.
Can you... Interesting situation. Can you make a routine roll to get down from your...
46.
Okay. Tanya, you get down. Mithan, while you hear this and you're convinced and yes, you've too. Mithan, what are you...
So, Mithan, you're on a rock, about a man's height above us. There's a drop behind you, and in front of you is the party at your feet. I'm waking the party up. You're up on the rock with your bow, looking around.
Giles?
Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, so sorry, I've come downstairs to try and log into the computer because
Okay.
my other computer's died.
Okay.
But it cut me off from everything. So sorry, what were you asking me?
Oh, did you hear what Neathanol had heard? That Tanya had heard,
A growling. Yep.
and this noise.
I think.
Okay.
Can you see the screen, Giles?
Yeah, no, so to see the screen, you'll need to give me 2 seconds because somehow I need to get onto my computer, which is going to cut me off.
So you're positioned on a rock about a man's height above the rest of the party. There's a cliff face at your back. There's the sleeping party at the bottom of the rock. There's a sort of wide open space in front of you for about 30 meters before it hits a cliff. So you've got a good observation point. Equally, you could be observed, but the thing seems to be sniffing. And Chris, when Tanya's encouraged everyone to wake each other up, she'll climb back up onto the rock and put an arrow on her bow.
Okay.
And
Can you hear me,
target.
Chris?
Yes.
And
I'm back. Okay. Now I
As
can
she-
see the screen too. Thanks. Sorry.
as she pulls back her bow, she'd
Yep.
like to do
Yep.
a perception.
Just a second. Just a second. Mithan, what are you doing while Tanya's going down to the party?
I'd knock my bow
Okay.
and be prepared to attack whatever it is.
So see, Mithan, staring down this way, you can't see much more than. Actually, I'll just put it into Nathan's chat. No, into private. I won't. Nathan, staring down, you see a figure shambling up the way that you've come. It would stand easily 10 foot, perhaps taller or even larger, and its head is bowed down on the ground, and it appears to be smelling the ground.
Do I any way of telling whether this could be friend or foe, or is that all I know and can see? I'm a ranger.
Can't make out anything at this stage.
Okay, I'd holler at the party. I'd want to wake them all up, quick, smart.
I'm already waking them up.
Oh, you've woken them up already?
Yeah.
In which case, I'd knock my bow, draw my bow, and aim it at this thing's vital spot, and wait.
Wait, sure. Okay. Cool. Jump back into main chat, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, everyone.
Hello.
Wakey.
Oh, we missed you.
Missed you.
Missed you more.
You guys.
Hope you had a nice sleep.
We're going to be rudely awakened.
What happens, please, Tanya?
So, Tanya wakes you all up hurriedly and says something's coming very quietly, and urges you to get your credentials and your weapons together and get ready for something.
Ooh.
At which point she climbs back up onto the rock.
Okay. A routine.
Three.
Sorry?
Three.
Three.
They
Roll
call me
again.
Luck.
3. God.
37.
7.
But she's good at climbing.
She is good at climbing. Yep. What's your roll, please?
Very good at climbing. I'm just trying to get to it. She climbs at plus 82.
Okay. One question, everybody. I am assuming that everybody's pack is off. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm getting somebody's heavy. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go into rounds. We'll give everybody a chance to. So Tanya, you're up on the rock. Nathan, you've strung your bow. Sorry, you've put an arrow on the string. Tanya, you're up. This round, guys, is kind of waking up, getting weapons, getting situated, and we're now going to go. And all, by the way, make out closer now. Sound. But quite a long way away, quite distant, and.
Can I ask a question, Chris?
Go, Josh.
Can Jada hypnotize anything?
Go. You could certainly try. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think I have to be really close to them though.
That'll be fine.
Sounds like a giant beast's coming. I don't really want to try it out on them the first time.
Ethel, you're first to act.
I was just going to suggest to the party that we'd already arranged a kind of a wall that we were intending to make in situations like this. You asked us to supply that to the party in the channel. Obviously, we've got two people in quite good raised firing positions, but in terms of the rest of the people, it might be natural to form up that wall. Does anyone else disagree?
But what does Nathal do?
I'm just saying, as a general, rather than sort of being shambling around, we'd already talked about this. So,
Yep.
Well, Nathaniel's presumably still invisible. Yep.
I don't know. Would sleep? Oh, it doesn't say sleep cancel. Would cancel it. Oh, she would be. Yep.
Yeah, I think she'd probably go off to the side as per the plan. So if the others are forming a wall with the spellcasters and the healer behind it, she'd go off to the side so that and keep still. So that you see that kind of I guess where that tree is. No, the tree behind us. I'll tell you what, she'll go behind that. Over there by that tree. That's fine, and she'll think about. Depending on what happens, then she might try and get flank.
Lovely. Jada. See, 10 seconds ago you were asleep. You're kind of waking up. You've now woken up.
And told something's coming. I'm invisible still. I'm just going to go behind that tree, in between the tree and the rock, and lie down.
Tell me where?
Oh, behind the tree, by the rock. Yeah, back a bit. Back the other way. Oh, the other tree, the one that's next to the rock, the huge tree. No, but by the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right between. Can I go between the tree and the rock? The rock wall, or is there no room in there?
Are there?
Oh, that'll do.
Yep. Cool. Anything else? Anything else?
Pull my quarterstaff. Pull my quarterstaff out. Drag my pack with me.
Cool. Askell.
I guess Askell would. If everyone's moving into some sort of defensive type position, he would. Where's he physically right now?
Pretty much up there, but yep.
It's probably actually an alright spot. He would probably be just moving against the wall. Okay. Yeah, I'm just ready to move.
Cool. So back against that wall.
Yeah, just opportune action, really.
Weaponry.
No.
Okay.
No, he might prepare a spell. Well, he's not going to prepare a spell, but he'll go thinking magic.
Tanya.
So, when we were sorting out all the order for this, I posted up an arrangement that we said if we were in the wilderness and we were attacked, that we would get into an arrangement whereby the fighters would form a wall at the front to protect the spellcasters and the healer behind. Tanya's case, she would remain where she is because up on our high group, we should have a bow out and ready to fire.
Excellent, thank you. Keros. So she sees, by the way, the figure. Her eyesight is a lot better than the human one, and going into this channel. Let's have a look. Going into Tanya's channel now is what she sees. Just coming. As described, it's massive. It's 10 foot tall. Hunched over, snout kind of down to the ground. Something that's similar to channel.
Okay, she would whisper down to the group, spellcasters, get preparing. This is big.
Okay. Next up, Severin.
So Severin would urge the party to get into the arrangement I've just posted in the main channel, and the purpose of that is that we can give Karios and Nicholas and Jada some protection if the gang are keen to see it through.
Cool. Where's he go?
Exactly where I've posted. So that we have the wall. If you looked at that little diagram I've just posted.
Just tell me on the map that we can see on screen, where does he
You're not going to play this, are you? Okay. I will grab Gray and the two next to me and form a wall with the rock wall behind us to our backs.
Okay. So he stands.
With Etienne and Leif to either side if they're game, so that we form a kind of defensive wall.
Okay. So where does so Severin's here. I'll put it arbitrarily put him there. Where would you like me to move?
That's fine. So he'd be urging the other people to form a wall with him there. Okay. So his back would be to the wall.
Okay.
Further enough that people could go behind the wall.
Okay, so about there?
Yep.
Okay, great. And equipment, anything I should be aware of?
Fully armed, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he would I guess join Severin on his left or right, wherever he needs to go, to help form that wall. Should we say right?
Right, sure.
Yep.
There.
Yep. Help form. Yeah, just to help kind of form that wall, but with his back to the wall as well, the rock wall.
Okay. So about there.
No, further in line with Severin.
There's a bloody great big rock right there.
Well, we'll arrange ourselves so the rock isn't there.
Yeah, can we maybe in front of the rock then? I guess.
Oh, yep. Anything else I should know about Gray?
He'd have his axe ready, and I guess when he has time, he'd start preparing whatever.
Cool.
Opportunity, action, parry, all that kind of stuff.
Life, what do you...
Yep, he's happy to join the formation. Where is the noise coming from?
Down here.
And so, from our knowledge of this place, the most accessible way is up to the left of the screen, as it is now.
I'll give you a wee.
Yep.
So up this way, where you guys are. It's quite large, and there is a very high, several 200-400 foot down that side, so all the way around to about here. Rocky there, see, and then path that you guys came up is down here, and goes down like that.
Cool.
Helpful?
Thank you.
Yep.
That is really helpful.
And then there is as I say, there's quite a rock.
Okay. So it's a bit of a. We should be able to see this thing if it's coming from down there. Unless it climbs up that wall, we should be able to see it coming. Leif will take his position next to Severin between. Just checking the thing. Yep, between Severin and Askell. Between Severin and Gray. But Leif will also say perhaps we need to reorient to face the sound, and he'll also he's got his sword and shield out, and he'd whisper up to Tanya and Mithan, please, tell us where it is and when it's coming, sort of thing. Keep us posted. Yep, thank you.
Lovely. Mithan, up on the rock, you've seen this thing. It's back to second. Just it's 10 o'clock. Oops, a daisy.
We can see it.
Oh, how can you see it?
You just shared someone's picture.
Oh,
Is that the GM Chance picture? Yeah, that's nice.
You can see it there. That's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. And see Tanya and Mithan. Just make out, not just.
How far away is it?
Yep. 171 foot. And you can just see it there.
Okay, so it looks to me, and I'll check this out very quickly with Tanya, as if we've formed up a defensive pattern below us, which actually ignores the fact that the entrance to where we are is to the right. So actually, if this thing is going to come get us, unless it's an awesome... Well, no, you need to... Yeah, it's no, go right, go right. You can't climb... No, other way, other right.
Yeah, it goes around the edge of the rocks.
Along. He's going to have to come around the edge of the rocks and up
That's
the kind
correct.
of grassy valley bit.
Yep.
So
yep, that's correct.
we actually need to be amassing our forces and keeping an eye on things here. So you can't see my cursor, can you, Chris?
No, I can't.
So frustratingly.
But people have been trying for about 7 months, saying, "Hey, can you?"
So if I was looking at the creature, it's my left at the end of the rock wall.
Yeah.
No. Yep. So go to the end. No. Come. Go left. 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 Come closer. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer.
Yeah, that's
you ruined
that's
it.
what.
Go back.
Oh.
There. So about there. Stop. No. Come closer. Come closer. Come closer.
All right.
Stop.
You want to assemble there.
So I would tell the party, this is where the creature will come from. I mean, if this thing is awesome at climbing, it's going to smash me and Tanya. But all I'd do is, I can save up my turn, can't I? So I would tell the party that the egress for the creature is there.
Just one thing. Speaking and communicating, everybody gets 3 words free. If you want to give a more detailed description about what you're trying to communicate, you've got to sacrifice some of your seconds.
Okay, so I'm a strong believer that my party's not idiots. I'd say move to the move edge right. Right? Yeah, right. They'll get that. And all of the rest of my time I'd want to save because my bow is prepared. If we decide we need to shoot this thing, I want to shoot it as bad as I can.
Okay.
Mithan, you would know that we've been using round the clocks. So if you wanted to use that, you could, assuming we're all facing the same way, of course.
I don't know what you mean.
They're like old fighter planes, so they're coming at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Okay, fine. So I'd say whatever I can in 3 words to express where they're coming from, using that terminology. Thank you, Pete.
Lovely. Etienne.
So having heard and understood where that's coming from, he would move with the rest of the wall that he wants to assemble in the wall of those that they've discussed and talked about, but move down to that defensive position that Mithan has just indicated.
Okay. So tell me where he moved.
Well, he's going to move with the rest of the party. He's not going to move by himself. We're going to be coordinating. Well, Etienne's going to urge the rest of the party to coordinate.
Right. Okay. What does Nicholas do?
Nicholas will follow as much as he needs to. He will also grab his shield.
Okay.
But I suppose, he's left he doesn't have time to belt on his sword, or I don't think so. He'll leave kick his bedroll and pack to the side, out of the way, with his sword there. Grab his shield, follow on behind the rest of the formation, not going in front of them, and prepare.
Okay.
If he can.
Cool. Demos.
He would move with the party and just kind of stand behind Severin-ish.
And Severin? Done.
Yeah.
Right, and Nicholas, you're following people.
Actually, does he have time to belt his sword on?
Depends what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he'd rather take a sword with him, leave his... No, he's unencumbered with his pack. No, he'll leave his pack on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Take his belt his sword on, so I suppose he doesn't have a round prep. He's just got, just got his equipment. But yeah.
Cool. All right. And
Sword out.
And as I understand, based on directions from Ithan, people are heading. Oh, I'm not quite sure where, but they're going. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right? I don't.
Well, I want you to see my cursor. There is a very obvious gaping hole where they're going to get a great big view of this hulking thing.
So if I'm right in what
wildly obvious.
If I'm right in what you're saying, I think what you're saying is move, as we're looking at the image right now, left to kind of 10 o'clock from what we're looking at now, where there's a sort of the top of a rise looking down the slope, correct?
Yeah, so if Chris, move your marker. No, so, yeah, okay, no, move it north about 10 centimetres. Yes, there, I think. Yes, there. Right, there is no way the party cannot see this thing coming from there.
Oh, yeah, I know. Where are we going to line up, though? So we don't want to be pushed off the edge there.
Well, you want the big boys close to there, because...
Well, he's probably going to come. He's probably going to come round, isn't he?
But we'll be able to take pot shots at him.
Oh yeah, we could start shooting him from here. Yeah, the other two of us could. Yes.
Whoever's good at pot shots, so we can take pot shots from where we are. So what we really want is someone who can like control his brain or see if he's a goodie or a baddie. Just because he looks like nasty doesn't mean he is nasty.
There you go. Never judge a book. Well done, Giles. Never judge a book by its cover.
Could
All
be a
right,
her.
guys. It could be a her. It's 10:15. I was meant to leave 3/4 of an hour ago. Call it there tonight. Happy musing on between now and 8th of November.
It's just getting interesting. Idiot's getting interested in the thing that could be a she. Come on.
I'm sorry, I got a hell of a day tomorrow. There we go, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Alright, thank you, team.
Good night. Yeah.
There we go, guys. Till next time.
See you all.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Night, night.
Bye.
Bye bye.